Guys, real quick, do I need to do anything to have FFZ display all emotes? I can't remember. Was there an option for it, or does it just do it natively? Display all as in it'll also show the other extensions libraries of stuff. I want to say I don't. Is an option you gotta click on? Okay, okay. You know what? It's good I asked then. Where do I do that though? I'm looking at it. I'm looking through the settings for it. Let me look. Unclick me, thanks. Yeah, I'm trying to remember where it was. I did this on my other browser. On the one that I just like watch people on like my normal browser. Where do you mean the FFZ settings when you sign into their site, or the ones that are just we can find through the player? In OBS? No, not in OBS IPN. I mean like just to be able to have it do it in chat normally. I'm just swapping off of 7TV on this browser because it's broken so many times. And it doesn't display its own emotes all the time now. Like, it's just become more unstable, so I'm gonna go back to FFZ because they were always, honestly, they were always really stable. Yeah, it's like literally always broken at this point for me. Where are my FFC settings? Like, oh, I found it. It's been a while since I've had to open this. Add-ons, 7TV emotes, enable. BTTV, enable. Nice. Beautiful. Mod tools, enable, please. Okay, I'll need to refresh it. You can't type normally without replacing random words with the emotes. Yeah, I never liked how it did it, like in the inline chat. We should sue. I want to. I mean, I'm glad they give so many emote slots. Like, there's value there. But, it also just doesn't display anything, you know? So, I don't know. I don't know, man. Alright, let me see if it works now. I just really need to be able to see frog wide. Oh, I can. Thank God. I just need to be able to see frog wide when it's typed. There we go. It's perfect. I'm gonna sit here and not be on screen for a little bit because I'm eating. I got Kahlua pork. Oh my God. Oh my God. IPN, I miss you. Come back. I mean, it's not like you went anywhere, but you know what I mean. Come back. You've seen wider? Let me see it. So chat, don't be shy. What do you mean wait another year? We should play Peak. We should play this month's Friend Slop. Just one. Taco Bell Hawaii has Kahlua pork. Really? I mean, it's Hawaii, so I guess, but Taco Bell, that's interesting. Also, I'm watching, so we have number one is Geek Sports. Let's go! Geek sports will prevail. You know, I really wanted to bring back that I haven't done in forever. Do you remember when I did a Mario Kart tournament a long time ago? Now that we got a new one, I'm like, oh man, I really want to do another one. I want to do it again. It is time. But I don't want to do it too early. Because if I do it too early, then we run into the issue of not everyone has a Switch 2. You know, like a lot of people wouldn't have it. So I want to do a couple of like leagues where it's like we got 24 VTubers, and then another time we got like 24 RPers, and then 24 Flash tubers, you know, then have them all like whittled down into the top few, and then do like a final tourney. It would be something. It was V Royale, but then some other company came up later and named themselves V Royale. So I'm not gonna use that name again. They're gonna be like, you stole that from us, and I'm gonna be like, I did a tournament series called V Royale, but okay. It was sponsored. Yeah, that tourney, it was sponsored by Ironside PCs. The winner got an entire PC from them. Hacker won it. It was almost all VTubers, and I just went and organized a tournament, organized a broadcast for it, and it went really well. It was me and RPR. So I want to do that again. I make a Mario Kart tourney, I get Ironside to sponsor it, then I win the tourney, get a 5090 PC, no possible downsides. So easy. Love that event, you and RPR killed it. It went really well. He did a lot of the day of like stuff like the hosting, and then I did all like the back end planning. I'm confident anything I plan can go well, so long as I have the staff to help me run it, honestly. And Mario Kart is great for this stuff because there is RNG involved. So it's not going to be like two sweaty people that will 100% win, you know? So if you want to do it where there are also amateurs in there, it helps a lot. Yeah, I brought Nags in to commentate for it. That was the thing, is I specifically wanted to bring in commentators. I had them hop into... We had an optional VC where they could all jump in and just all yell at each other. And there were a few times where they hopped in the VC and like people were just screaming. It was funny. It was a good time. I would gladly do it again. I miss doing stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's how I've been playing this one. I just got my Switch 2, and I realized like because it's so item and RNG heavy, like you have to just stay second the whole time. It's tough. Next is the hype man commentator of the VTubing world. I wanna make I've talked to him and a few people about it. I wanna make an American Italians only creator club. You know, you got like, you know what Sons of Italy is? Sons like SONS, Sons of Italy. There's this organization for Italian Americans. And I'm like, I want to make something like that. But it's just for creators. Because I feel like everyone gets so like West Coasternized. You know what I mean? I'm gonna put the people who still have accents and still eat good food in a club. Bring it back, East. Yeah, I'm just tired of... I'm so fucking tired of every creator friend of mine being like, I'm moving to the West Coast. It's not that good. It's not that much less expensive. when you live near where the creators live. Ends up being the same shit. The food is worse, in my opinion. He said, I ain't even American? Hey, then don't talk. And you're right, though. You're not wrong. If East Coast so good, why does it rhyme with least while West rhymes with best? You know what we used to say in the Smash community? They'd go West Coast, Best Coast, and we'd go East Coast, Beast Coast, and then we'd start like making monstrous noises at them. It was always East Coast, Beast Coast. Yeah, we go full rah the whole time. You think the food is awesome in Texas? I think Texas has some good restaurants. I think the average is not better. No. You just visited New York City? Ooh, what'd you do? Miss having functional public transit. I can't. I hate cities that don't have public transit. I hate it. What's the fucking point in making it a city? What's the point, man? You love the southern heat? Oh, I'm a big baby when it comes to heat, so for me, I can't do it. But that's just me. West Coast has bigger fires, you're missing out. Hey, you guys got fires, we have flooding, you know? It's give and take. West Coast food is like 90% chain restaurants outside of some very small parts of San Diego, LA, and Orange County. I know, and the thing is, people will be like, oh, you only say that because you've always lived where you've lived. First of all, you have no idea where I've lived. Second of all, I've lived everywhere. I'm not 20 years old, okay? I've lived in so many places for actual amounts of time. I've tried it all. I'll make fun of the South and people will be like, you don't understand the South. I've lived there, buddy, in multiple areas. Name every livable place. And I'll dox all the places I used to live. Durf. You'll never not hate Ohio? Yeah, I think, I've been to a lot of cities in Ohio. I think there are nice things about Cleveland here and there. I had a friend that lived out there, and I would have to do business stuff over there sometimes, and I'll go stay with them. That was the friend who had the baby tarantula that got lost while I was staying there overnight, which was so cool because that meant I was sleeping in a room with a baby tarantula that was just out and about, most likely. If you remember that story. But yeah, there are parts and things about it that are nice, but for the most part, it's pretty shit. I prefer Pittsburgh. I don't even like Pittsburgh that much, but I think Pittsburgh was actually pretty nice comparatively. Gotta say, though, Pittsburgh, some of the streets have a fuck ton of dogwood trees. I don't like the way those smell. I do not like dogwood trees smell. It smells disgusting. Okay. And I don't like that they lined like the whole street, like multiple streets with dogwoods. I was like, they're beautiful. Yeah, the cum trees. Yeah, you get it. You get what I'm saying. They're gorgeous to look at. But they smell so bad. Especially when they flower. Oh my god. It's the stale smell and you smell it and you're like, oh. You just go, oh. The what? I said what I said. They smell like a certain something. Okay? You said, what the hell? They smell like a money shot. They do. They do. They smell real nasty. And it's like, they smell like if it was like sitting in a trash can for a couple days. You know what I mean? Look, I grew up with all men, okay? I get it. I get it. I'm just gonna say, that's what the fucking tree smells like. Disgusting. Like old nasty, you know? Don't plant dogwoods all over up and down a city street, man. Does a tree smell like that? I don't know what it's emitting. It's just gross. Crazy to me that they planted those fucking things in cities. Yeah, yeah. On like streets that don't have the best airflow, so it's not like it passes through very nicely. Yeah, a lot of people saying Bradford pears smell too. They do, they do. Again, another tree that can be like really beautiful to look at. But the stank, man. The stank is just unbearable. And that was the thing I hated about that city. I hated about Pittsburgh is depending on when you went, the dogwood trees lining the streets in like downtown would be so it would smell so bad. It's like right where all the hotels and things are too, you know? It's so gross. Lots of flowers use flies as a pollinator, so instead of smelling like sweet, they smell like dead animal. Yeah, exactly. It's an attractant for bugs, is what it is. Dogwood smells like a high school locker room. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Sheena Dingle has an album title referring to a flower that smells like that too. Yeah, I know. That's my favorite singer. You have boxwood bushes near you and they smell like pee. Yeah, I gotta say one of the stinkiest flowers is actually in the spring, the hyacinth. And it's not the worst smell, but if you ever had a hyacinth in a room instead of outside, they don't smell horrible, but they're so strong, that strongly like just floral scent. And it's like oppressive how smelly they are. There are some things where I'm like, hey, that's beautiful, but depending on where you are, don't plant it. Just don't plant it. Plant something else. There are always other local options. I don't know, man. Those fucking dogwood trees, though. They smelled so bad. They smelled so bad. Anyway, I'm still eating. I'll just eat over here. You don't like the smell of wisteria? Yeah, they're not as like... They don't smell like disgusting, but it's really strong, so it's kind of, you know, hard to deal with a little bit. A little hard to deal with. I don't know. Thank you for the prime. HBBR, thank you. Bought some wild native seed to plant on the edges of my lawn for some cute little flowers. Turns out it was all blackberry. Yeah, you gotta look into like what's local, but what also makes sense in your zone, and you know, you just gotta. I don't know. That's what I want. One day I want to have a space where I can just plant some shit, but I don't know if that'll happen. I don't know. I do love watching gardening channels because I used to have like a local community garden that I could use long time ago, and I would go there and my mother would like plant a lot of stuff. She was very active there. So I've done a lot of gardening and everything for all that. And I was always really interested in it, but I don't want to like do that indoors. There's a lot you can't do indoors. You can with like grow lamps and stuff sometimes, but I don't want to deal with it. And then you have to physically pollinate everything yourself. You know, you have to like, easy way is just grab a Q-tip and like tap every flower once. And just tap all of them with the same Q-tip. You know, things like that. I don't want to do all that extra shit, you know. Balcony, I don't have that. I don't have all that. In the past, when I've had one, also, it's been like never a big enough size that I can actually put entire pots of plants on it. So, garden's meant to make you go outside. I thought I don't have outside. I don't have usable outside. You know, so that's the problem there. I don't got all that. So that's what I'm talking about, you know. Gonna sign for your first house, trying to decide if you want to plant raspberry or blueberry bushes. Don't want to deal with raspberry spreading. Go blueberry all the way. All the way blueberry. I feel like they grow so much better than anything else. 100% go blueberry. Someone planted cottonwoods in your area? Oh, yeah, they're so pollen heavy. They get me too. They get me too. If they're like right next to me. Oof. Ugh. Put down soil and humidifier in your spare bedroom. Well, that's the thing is like I could make a little spot and grow stuff, but I'd want to keep it humid and warm. And I keep things in here actually a little humid, but cold. I keep it cool. So, you know, there's a lot of stuff that just won't grow very well. I could add grow lamps and everything, but it's not the same. You want to be able to have stuff outside if you can. So, you know. Blueberries is that one you need to pick by hand one by one? Yeah, you gotta go and pluck them. Yep. You like gardening, but it needs a lot of patience. Yes and no. I don't feel like it needs that much patience because you don't go out there and watch things grow. Just go out there, weed and feed, and come back in. You know? So it's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. In my opinion. You want to get into hydroponics. Yeah. Stuff like that is cool. Weed and feed me in college. I never got into that shit, honestly. Never did. I was just working all through college. All I did was work, LARPing. Yeah, it's fine. I'm just commenting. I'll make the same jokes. I'll be like, oh, it's so crazy in college. But then realistically, I just worked. Someone's like, oh, there's a party where, you know, we're all going to hang out at whomever's this night. And I'd be like, nah. I get off at 2 a.m. and then, you know, I'll probably just go to bed and sleep because I got class at 7 or, you know what I mean? I was just never doing that shit. It's just how it was. Went to one party, was at your house, you kind of had to be there. Yeah, I would always have friends do this thing. So I just didn't like parties. Like, at all. Never really have. And I would have friends all the time. Like, when my birthday would come up, events, they'd be like, oh, she never does anything, like, for herself, like, parties. We should throw her one. And I'd be like, no, I don't want this. I actively do not want this. Do not do this for me. There is no, like, oh, she doesn't like it, but she's secretly happy about it. I'd be like, no, I need to make this clear. I do not want this. And some people would try it anyway, and I would make it, I would always find out beforehand, and I would be like, hey, don't do it. I actively do not want it. They would plan it anyway, and I would leave. I would say, how many times do I have to tell you I don't want this, and you're just assuming that I do? And I would just be like, I'm going. I remember one friend got really pissed over that. They, like, set up a little party for me for my birthday, and I told everyone that was going to be there multiple times that I didn't want it, and to the point where everyone but that one person were like, I don't know if we should even do it. Probably just eat food somewhere or something, you know? And this one person, like, planned a whole thing, was like, guys, you gotta come, I got food and everything. And I showed up, and everyone's like, we tried to tell her not to do it. And I was like, I said it like 20 times. So I actually walked out, and I was like, I'm not doing this. I have shit planned today. I had stuff scheduled that day. I was like, I already told you I'm doing shit. So I just left, and that friend, like, didn't talk to me for a couple weeks, and then later was like, you're right. I should have not thrown a party for you when you told me 8 times not to do it. Not jokingly, you know, like, you just said it straight up, and I was like, yeah, I know. I don't think it's hard to listen to someone when they say, I don't want this. They were like, you're right. I think it's because other friends were like, brother, what did you do? They didn't realize how many times I told her, I idiot sandwich, grab by the head kind of thing and go, I don't want this. Don't do it. I have shit to do that day. I won't even be there. This is stupid, man. Should do it for use for the street cred. Yeah, I still don't know what her motivations were because we weren't even like that close. I don't know, man. Maybe it made her feel better about herself or something. I don't want to assume, but like I can't imagine why you would do something when you're told so clearly someone doesn't want something. I don't know. They want a party for themselves? Yeah, maybe it was just a premise for their own shit. I don't know. You had to tell your mom every year you didn't want people over for your birthday? Yeah, I mean, in my household, it was like... None of us ever had birthday parties. And it wasn't that we weren't allowed. None of us really ever asked for them. We could have. But I had a lot of family members who basically we would meet up, and everyone who had a birthday within that season would do like a birthday together. So I had a cousin where our birthdays were very close together, and then a bunch of other cousins that all had birthdays kind of around it. And so me and this one cousin in particular, he and I would always get a cake that was like our aunt would, well, my aunt, his mom, would make it, and she would like ice it in 2 different colors, like half for him, half for me. And I didn't even like cake, so I'd always be like, yeah, you don't have to write me on the cake, I don't like cake. And she'd be like, I'm doing it for you anyway. And I'm like, all right, whatever. And we wouldn't celebrate in any special way. We would just have a normal family get together like we always did, and then the difference was there was a cake at the dessert time, which always happened anyway. So it was like, it was really simple. It was really simple, and it was nothing super special, and it was just like, if you want something, tell us and we'll do it for you. And there were a couple of times where someone was like, I want a backyard party, I want a slip and slide, I wanted this, and they made those things happen as best they could. I just like never asked for it. I didn't want it. I don't know. In yours it was required since it was an excuse to get together, but it was rude if you don't enjoy it. You still have baggage from that. Yeah, I mean, no one, if I said I don't want this, no one pushed it on me. Right? I don't know. Slip and slide. Yeah, we had like one family member who actually had like an appreciable yard we'd go out to. And they had this backyard that had a berm in the back. So like a hill kind of thing. Not huge, just a little berm. And we would be able to put like something on there and slide down it. Oof. It was so good. It was so good. Bouncy castle filled with helium goes hard. I think about that and I'm like, man, just having like an adult backyard party with a bouncy castle and a big slip and slide and giant Jenga and all that shit. Gotta be pretty nice. You want a beetle fight in the backyard. Beetle tournament. Where they're putting their horns together and they're like interlocking like deer do when they fight. Oof. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. I would like that. I don't know. I think adults have the opportunity to have the coolest get-togethers and the coolest parties, but everyone's too busy. So everyone uses their kids as like an excuse, Oh, it's my kids, whatever, so let's have a party or something. But they should just do shit for themselves, man. They should. Ooh, you don't like restaurants that do the happy birthday song and dance? Me too. I think they should stop. I think that should be banned. If I owned a restaurant, I would have a policy that we don't do that. We don't sing, you don't sing. You can have a special thing brought out if you plan beforehand and let us know there's a birthday, please give a dessert, whatever. We could do that. But I would be like, there's no singing. I just want it. I want it banned. I hate it. I hate it at every restaurant because it's so... Now, it depends on the restaurant. It does. But usually it's so disruptive. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't know. It's classic. I don't care. I hate it. Yeah, it's classically annoying. It's just when it's not you who's trying to celebrate, like everyone else is just sitting there like, what is going on? There was one place I used to eat that would have this song and dance that they would do, and the number of people that went to this one place for birthdays was way too high. Every time I went there, there were multiple birthday songs sung in just in the time I was there eating, like less than an hour. And every time they would play this song, and it would play in the entire place, the whole restaurant, like their whatever like nice light background music they had would fade out, and then the song would come on, and then all the staff would start clapping, and they'd all go over to the table and they do a giant like birthday song. It was so fucking annoying, and it was so loud. The volume of that song was always way louder than all the other stuff that they were playing for background music. I hated it. I would be like mid-sentence talking to like my brother or something, or like a friend, and just they'd be like, let's go, and like they start freaking out. Oh my god, I hated it. I could not stand it. But the food was so good. The food was so good. I don't know, man. Texas Roadhouse fully knows the restaurant. Do they? I don't. Have I ever been to one? I think I've been to one once. I don't remember what they did for the birthday stuff. It's annoying to the workers too. Yeah, like everyone has to put their shit down and stop midway. I don't know. It ain't fun.
I had a birthday at a restaurant, and when they brought the cake out they dropped the root beer that came with it, and it spilled on my seat, so I had a wet seat full of root beer while eating cake. Faction redeems chat.
Oh god. Oh god, just sitting in a pool of root beer. That's awful, man. That's awful. That's the worst. Because you said like a young deer buck yelled at me 2 days ago. I didn't know they do that. Sounds scary as fuck. Yeah. Oh yeah. You ever seen them bleat? They go like, kind of sounds like that typical elk sound. They sound weird, man. They do. Some of them can. Well, young bucks get really aggressive. You ever see them start fighting each other? They interlock their antlers, like they turn their head down and they just start trying to like kill each other because they're trying to scare the other one off so they can like have any females in the area to themselves, and they try to just get territorial basically. And then the females just wander around, and it, like, if she's in my territory, then you can't have her kind of thing. So they mark all sorts of trees near them by like scraping their antlers on it and pissing all over it. There's that typical doe estrus smell because they also like piss on everything. And they're just super territorial. And yeah, if they see something coming near them while they're feeling territorial, sometimes they just scream. Occasionally wear their opponent's severed head as a trophy. Well, yeah, it's the antler thing. See that worm on a leash video? Just seen it for the very first time? No, I've never heard of it either. What's that? Apparently he was barking at me. Yeah, they have some weird sounds that they make. Kind of varied sounds. They out there pissing. They really are. It's so much too. Ugh. My favorite is you know, I used to hunt a lot. Something that they sell a lot of is all sorts of scents, so you can lure in bucks. So like if you just get buck piss, okay, deer piss, and you throw that shit on a tree and let it sit there, another buck will come through and be like, who's pissing in my forest? Yeah, they'll get attracted to it. They'll come over and be like, I want to fight this. And they start inspecting, and then you get a clear shot on them. Same thing with doe estrus. If it's like mating season, you just throw that everywhere and the bucks will come through and be like, I smell a woman. So they just sell bottles of deer piss. Like, so much of it gets bottled and sold, and it smells so bad. Ugh, so much. They farm that shit up. They farm that shit up. They harvest or make it artificially? No, they harvest. They have deer farms. They do. They bottle it. The rut makes male deer go crazy. They go insane. Yeah, the video of the guy scaring people in Aztec death was. I remember that. My most favorite thing: going camping with people, and they hear a mountain lion scream for the first time. It's so funny every time. They think there's a person out there being attacked. And they start to get really nervous. And they're like, oh my God. Oh my God, I think someone's being attacked. And I'm like, that's a mountain lion. Do not go near it. Do not leave. It genuinely sounds like a woman screaming. So like people will legitimately think that like a person's in danger, go running toward it. And then now you've just run up to a mountain lion and it will kill you. It will murk you. You know? Yeah, it's often it's like in heat or something when it sounds a certain way. Yeah. Coyote sounds pretty much the same. Some of them do, yeah. I think the mountain lion screams sound the most like people. In my opinion. Some goats too. Yeah. Also bears and moose. I feel like they all have some sort of vocalization they can do that kind of sounds like a person, kind of, sort of. But yeah, if you hear someone out in the woods screaming, you scream back and you try to get it to say something that's a humanoid word. Because if you just hear like it may very well not be a person. It might just be an animal that will kill you. So, you know, be careful, man. Mountain lion sound insane. Did you just listen to it? Yeah. If you haven't heard it, it's really easy too to just like not understand what you're hearing. Depends if it's focused. Yeah. A lot of it has to do with where you're physically standing, as opposed to where it is. There are times where they scream and they sound very much like animals, and you're like, okay, it's a little weirdly human, but that's an animal for sure. And then yeah, I've been in some scenarios where it's like almost indiscernible. Almost. Once you've heard it enough, you can tell, but it can be rough. It's how urban legends start. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Mariachi happy birthday is the only acceptable one. You know what channel I watch a lot of? There's that one dude who sits on the subway. He's got his little Metro card that he attaches the tiny mic to, and he asks people what's their take, and then he says if he agrees or disagrees, and then lets them talk. It's one of my most favorite shorts channels, and it's just these really short, subway takes. That's my most favorite one, man. There was one dude recently, I loved him. He was like, if you come from a place and your food is not delicious, you shouldn't be allowed in New York. It's like, he's like, you're not allowed to move here. That dude was funny. I've seen some really good ones. Really, really good ones, man. Let me see. Subway takes. What's he at now? He's at 500k subscribers. How long has he even been making content? 426 videos. In the grand scheme of things, it's not really that many. I don't know. I like this guy's channel. You been seeing him lately? He's good, man. He's good. Did he do something else first and then launch this channel? Because he's been doing it for like less than a year. Is he from something? I can't tell. I feel like I've seen him before. Right? Because usually when you see someone like launch a good channel that works out well and it just is successful off rip, it's usually someone who comes from content already and this was their channel idea. But sometimes I don't know where they're from. And I feel like this guy's from somewhere. I don't know if he says it. No, he doesn't post if he's done anything before this. Wow, his accumulated total views on his channel 215 million. That's crazy. Wonder how many times he's gotten punched doing that? Probably not many, because he doesn't... When people make content look candid, it's usually not candid. I think one of the most egregious... There's this one dude in the city, in New York, who sings. He's a great singer. He's great. And he does a lot of videos, a lot of shorts with people, where he sits there and he's like, I'm going to sing, I'm going to start the verse, and then I want you to finish the verse. And he acts like it's improv, right? He'll like sing a little intro and then pass it, and the other person will get on the mic and they'll start rapping or singing, doing a thing. And he'll be like, oh, yeah, you like follow up with me. And they keep performing excellently, and it's so obvious that like they prepared this. They planned this. They wrote this verse a little bit earlier and then performed it. It was not literally off rip, but dude tries to make his channel look like that. And the thing is, he doesn't always say it. He doesn't go like, oh, that was off the dome. Like he's not explicitly saying it. So he's not even like, he's not technically lying either. But the setup makes it look like that. And I hate it because so many of the comments are people being like, dude, that guy pulled that shit out of his ass. That was so crazy. He's so talented. And I'm like, this person's not talented, but like, how do you not think that this person like practices beforehand when they pull an entire like record deal getting kind of song out of their ass immediately? I don't know. That was off the dome. Improv is implied. Yeah, it's really not like, I don't know. And it's cool because there are a lot of like, when that stuff goes viral, there are artists that get found that way. So I see the value in it, and I still think it's a good thing, but I don't know, man. Seen the dude in New York making beats on his rig, walking around, and people hop on and rappers sing. There are a lot of those, so if you say the dude who does that, that's actually common, and I don't know which one you're talking about. If you can give me a name. The guy I'm thinking of, he's like little round white dude with like curly hair, lighter curly hair, and he sings. I can't remember his name. He's good. You're impressed by the freestyle rappers like Harry Mack? Harry Mack is the best one. I don't care what anyone says. Anyone who's freestyling, Harry Mack is the best. Oh, Ari at Home. Okay, yeah. Mark Rebier. Mark is someone else, and he's not a New York City based one. Yeah. Yeah, Ari's been really good. He's been finding some really good people too. Like a lot of stuff that you've been seeing there that has been people actually doing that shit off the dome, and you could tell. Some people have something like a little material prepared, a little bit kind of sorta, and then they go off and like, that's still good too. Harry performed at one of the streaming awards. Yeah. Harry Mack is insanely good. I've watched him for a long time. He's always been one of my favorites. He's one of the few people that actually is like truly freestyling, and he does a lot of stuff in his videos to show that he's freestyling. But the thing is, the more you freestyle, the more repertoire you build up, and the more you're just able to bring out lines because you've practiced this so much. It's just a practice thing. And the thing is, I don't think people really practice improv that much. They'll practice like, just delivery of something written. So it's nice to see like improv rap come back, because no one was really doing it for a while. But I think YouTube popularized it again, so I'm glad. Gap between Harry and everyone else is insane. You know how I was literally saying this yesterday and the day before. There's always in every sport someone who is 20 times better than the guy in second place. There's always one person who's just unreal. Max in F1. That's Harry Mack in improv rap. Right? That's it. He's just that much better than all these people, and it's crazy. It doesn't mean the other ones are bad in any way, shape, or form. He's just that good. Thunder, thank you for the sub. Golden Kappa. Oh, incoming. If you give anything within a minute, it'll happen.
The Giegler.
There it is. Oh, shit. I don't think I've ever kept track of how many we've gotten. I'm curious to know how many I've gotten within the year. All right, well, if you want the Golden Kappa, it's time.
Welcome to the cum zone.
Thank you for the bits. Thank you for the bits. It's time, guys.
The giggler.
It's time. Gotta be the 5th or 6th or something. I think so. I think so.
The giggler.
Give me the funny emote.
Oh, shit. Ren, thank you for the 20. Hey. Harpy as well, thank you for 5. Ren, thank you again for yesterday. I know you did it like at the end of stream, so I was leaving quickly, but thank you again for yesterday's 100. This was crazy. Absolutely crazy. Ooh, level 5. Let's go. I'm ready for the train. It is now a Mega Man Pregathon. Every sub you give feeds him. He needs it. He's eating for 2. He's eating for 2, man. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh,
Chat,
I missed that
bit
so
time.
much.
Free bits time.
I miss Marty. I miss Marty. Blazing, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Thank you so much for the 10. I want to watch a compilation. I need like a clip playlist of all the best clips from my own crew. I need that. I don't think that really exists anywhere. Or even just like my own shit. I gotta look through, man. Dadroth, thank you for 5 gifted subs. Thank you for that. Thank you for the resubs as well from all of you. I'll appreciate it. Always appreciate Thunder. Thank you for gifting a sub. And Blazing, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Oh, I'm scrolling. Make sure I didn't miss any. Viking, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I appreciate that. Oh my god, they're like scrolling through so fast. They're not loading in. Okay, I think I got all of them. Hey, Leo, thank you for the 5 gifted subs as well. Dandero, thank you for 5. History, thank you for 5. W5, W5. Thank you so much, W5. I always think of queso. Whenever I'm gifting subs now, because I like though he just goes, he won't even look away from the game. He'll glance just to see the name and how many they gifted, and he'll look back at the game and go, thank you so much for the something W5, huge W5. And it's like, it's embedded in my brain. I love it because it's so short and sweet. Oh my god. I was just thinking of that video the other day because I saw some kid outside who was wearing like this blue shirt, and he looked exactly like that kid, Nathaniel. My name is Nathaniel. He looked just like him. I was like, Nathaniel? Oh my god. Oh, Speakman, thank you for gifting 5. Thank you for that. Pavonus, thank you for the gifted sub. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate it very much. Very much. Who's Nathaniel? There was, there was this thing on Yo Gabba Gabba a long time ago, kids show. And they'd have a kid be like, my name is Nathaniel. I like to do this, and him, he goes, my name is Nathaniel. I like to dance. And they show him dancing. And he just looks crazy. It's just this 5-second clip that I'll never forget, man. He loved it. He loved it so much. He loved dancing. My name is Nathaniel. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. He was living his best life. That's what it's all about, man. That's what matters. That's what truly matters. He was having a great time, okay? And so that's all we need from him. Oh, he was so, oh, that show was so, I hate kids shows sometimes.
Kappa got any more goldies?
Yeah, if you gift something or if you give bits or whatever, you will get the golden cap after the train ends.
Long.
Thank you, because I need to hydrate. Thank you. Long time ago, I tried watching all those commercials on stream, and YouTube didn't like it. YouTube did not like it.
Can we dance?
Can we dance? Oh, God. Oh, my goodness. Thank you for the 20, Audrey. Thank you for the 20. Thank you for the resubs, guys. Jesus. Thank you for all the bits. My nose is starting to run. Oh, God. My nose is starting to run. I got pollened earlier. And I've been trying to pretend that I don't have pollen stuck in me forever, but, you know.
Better go catch it, Om.
You know, I would laugh, but you're the second person to say it. Therefore, everybody, let me get a snail emote. Dude was late. Only, we have a rule here. The first person to say the joke gets to have all the glory, okay? They have all the glory of saying it, and then everyone else gets snailed. It's something we do in the meta chat for the server. If someone's like, this character did this thing today, and then another person types it literally at the same time, whichever message shows up second, people will put the snail emoji on it. They're like, late. You just snail each other whenever someone makes the same joke. Oh, it's so funny. They're brutal. I didn't even know it was a thing for the longest time because I don't go and read that chat. Man. Wait, one of you asked, you said, who's the green guy in your hand? You don't know him? Look. You don't know him? I'm killing him. He's a creature. Notice how his head matches the thing on the upper right up there. I wonder what he represents. You're fresh on Twitch. Yeah, we have 3 factions. We have 3 factions. When you go into the Discord, you choose one, and then we have mascots for each. A bunch of mascots for each. This is the little green creature, and I'm killing him. I'm killing him dead. Was that adorable, marketable guy in your hand? I had this little, like, keychain, hangable little stuffed animal thing a while back that I kind of wanted to make one of these of that. So the idea is, imagine if on the back of his neck, if his head was, like, kind of heavy and hung down a little, and on the back of his neck, I attached a little loop. So you could, like, hang him like a keychain from stuff. And then, like, his body was like fat, right? Like, instead of filling him with like a really lightweight fluffy thing, instead you get like that beanbag feeling, so it like hangs down and it's all slack. I had this little keychain stuffed animal that was like that, where it just looked like he was just like hanging down, man. He was just like floppy, and it was really cute, and his head was all big. And I looked at that and I was like, you know, I kind of want that of these mascots. Yeah, sort of like a Beanie Baby. To imagine if it wasn't fully filled, like there was a little part that was like in the chest area, it was mostly just fabric, so his body like swings around and stuff. And then it's not like the back of the head or like the base, like the nape of the neck. There'd be a little loop with a key ring, so you can like hang them from stuff. And then their head like kind of bobbles around because it's like big and round. I want that, but for these guys. So I've been sending pictures to somebody to see if it's possible. I want it because they're really cute when they like swing. I don't know. They end up having a little fat belly, and when you swing them around, a little fat belly swings back and forth. I like it. I want that for them. So we shall see. The problem is, every time I want to make merch of the faction mascots, I have to sell a lot of it, or I have to order a lot of it because of MLQ. Yeah, exactly what you said. Yeah, Rose made a keychain plush and the minimum order was 500. 500 per faction might be a little much. That is exactly the issue. When you have 3 different designs, you need to hit the minimum, like you have to buy the minimum number of products that they'll sell you, and sometimes it's like 500. Sometimes it's like 200, and it's like doable. Maybe you need a little time to sell them, but like the stock will eventually go. But I cannot do any that are 500 per, man. Like, you know. So every time I make merch of the faction stuff, I gotta be careful of what the minimum order numbers are. Gecko, thank you, by the way, for the 5. I appreciate that. And Grimmy, thank you for the fresh sub. Welcome on in. Make a more expensive one if it's all 3 together and only order 500? Nah. Nah, it doesn't really work like that. There's no way to put the 3 together without it just being 3 products that they'll charge me for. I don't know. They'll just do it like that. Ooh, Batten Hall. Thank you for the 5 gifted. Thank you for gifting a sub as well. Thank you. You can make acrylic setties and keychains, but you've got a max order quantity instead of minimum. I know. It's the opposite issue, man. It's the opposite issue. We buy those up easy. No, you don't. You guys are really good at buying things, but there's only just so many of you, you know, and I know exactly what the data on that is. Yeah, you got it in time. You got it in time. Thank you for the golden Kappa train. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. I appreciate that very much, guys. Make an amalgamation of the mascots. Yeah, like a weird homunculus. Maybe. What's the cheapest merch to produce? Anything printed. Anything printed. So, stickers, posters, that kind of stuff. And it's still not so much cheaper that it's like, I'll make it a killing on it. It's just a little better. But yeah, that's usually the best. That's why everyone does a sticker sheet, because it's not hard. It's not like super costly to throw that in the mix. And you don't always have minimum order quantities of those. You can sometimes do those just in the number you want. So it can be pretty good. But I don't know. But I just want to do more merch, so I'm working on it anyway. You want the kiss emote, but they're sewn together at the mouth? Dude, that'd be horrifying. Like a pillow. Like like a gross throw pillow. That'd be voice packs. Oh, true. That is true. Yeah, digital stuff. You knew mousepad, I should have bought the one from before. Well, have no fear, because I'm always trying to, you know, make sure I rotate stuff like that back in over time. There will always be another one. There will always be another mousepad or another desk mat. That actually, yeah, that one went really fast. You guys got a lot of them. You bought like a lot of the desk mats. So I think in the future I need to order more. I need to order more of them when we do more in the future, because it's like, it's a ton. And you guys use them, yeah. You guys use them, so you go through them. I always think of it like it's like not a consumable item. So I'm like, oh, how many desk mats do people really need? But then they use them. They get gross because they're on your desk. You know, they use them, they wear down, everything, and then you need more. So I really should make sure I like keep doing a lot of those. I would like to do more. I haven't done one in a bit. I think the last one we did was in January. Yeah. We'll be working on it. I have one that I'm thinking about. I have a lot of like outfits and things in the pipeline somewhere, but not everything is definitive on when it's actually like going to be done. So I'm working on what I want to do with all of those, and I'm trying to decide at least one of them through the rest of the year. At least one of them will have a desk mat for sure. So desk mats are sometimes things people buy in twos. Yeah, what I have is I have a Henya desk mat actually. I have a Henya desk mat and I have an Outer Wilds one, and those are the two that I rotate. And then my own merch instead, I leave it pristine, like I don't use it because I just have one of each. So so for my own stuff, I have it like either hung up somewhere or it's rolled up, and like I might eventually use it, but I don't want to wear it down much. So yeah. Rose met her minimum order quantity in 1.5 weeks, so 1,500 for community size seasons within the realm of possibility. It's always possible, yeah. I mean, it's a matter of like predicting what you guys will like. I think it's the most fun part of actually making merch for me, is trying to predict what you guys would want. And not just the type of item, but like the exact design, like trying to nail that down, get that right, and be like, I think they would like this, because it's not about what I like, it's what about like you guys would like to see, you know, or a bit of both. So trying to like nail that down is tough, but I like doing it. It's my most favorite thing, is sitting there and like thinking through that and talking through that with someone who's like doing the art for it or whatever, and like trying to get that right. So I've been seeing like how that all works and what you guys' tastes are kind of going toward, so it'll affect the future stuff for sure. Framed and hung my main quest desk mat. Did you? Yeah. Keychains tend to sell pretty well. Actually, mine do or don't depending on the exact art. It depends on the art more than the fact that it is a keychain. And every time I pick the artist and I sit there and I direct the art and I'm directly talking to the artist and I'm the one telling them, do this, draw it like this, draw it like that. Every time I do that, it sells super well. Because it comes out in a way that like, I know you guys would like. So not to toot my own horn, but anytime I like direct the merch like really closely, it always comes out in a way where it ends up selling better. But I think it's just because I understand my own community better than like anyone in the industry would if they're not like sitting here watching me all the time, you know? So, but I like doing that. That's my most fun part for me. Desmataboris was like the George Costanza painting. Yep. The metal cards from Novel. Oh, yeah, I love those. They came out so well. We're working on more stuff like that. I loved working with that specific artist, too. So I'm going to tap them for something again. I asked them if they would, like, you know, work with me one more time because I have a thing I want to do. So, yeah. We're going to be doing that, hopefully soon. We'll see. Is it smaller stuff with nice art? It's not super expensive. Yeah, I want to always have a mix. Novel art was so good. Yeah, Melty was the artist. I want to work with them 1,000 times over. They were wonderful. I also have Moki. I've got Miko and Moki, who both have worked on stuff for me before. Moki's done a lot of the Hunt Week stuff. And yeah, I just wanna keep working with those few people because I feel like they got it, they understand it. And Milky, yeah, but Milky's more, he doesn't do my merch art, he does like my assets and designs and things a bit more. I really want to work with, oh my god, Jaya. I want to work with Jaya again. Jaya did my stickers for my Warlock outfit, and that was the most highly sold item ever for me. And I think, you know, it's because his art's so good, because he just designed it so well. And I sat there and dictated some of the smaller stickers, especially, and like what I wanted, and he did like the character posing. It came out so good, man. It came out so good. Let me see if I can get a picture. Do I have a picture of that one? I don't even know if I searched for it. Could you even find an image of it online? I don't think you can. Yeah, you can't. Ooh. Ooh, if you wanted to see them, you couldn't. That's interesting. That's so interesting. I think I have the art somewhere. Let me see. I should have it. I loved the way Jaya did the stickers, man. Those were the ones, it had a bunch of like normal poses and, oh, here, I have this one screenshot of one of the stickers. One of the small stickers looked like that. It was this set when I first joined. I really loved that sticker sheet. It was such a, I don't know, it just came out so well. It came out so well. It was so good. It was perfect, in fact. Yeah, I really like that one. I really like that one. I'm just like looking at all this stuff now. I want to work with him again. I liked his shit. And actually, I worked with him because Milky told me about it. My designer for that outfit, he was like, oh, you want someone for this? You want someone for that? Work with this guy. And he was just like giving me all these recommendations. So Milky's the goat, man. The goat. Got all your G Fuel stickers? Oh, did you get the holographic ones? I never got one. I never got any. I got a bunch of other stuff from them though. But I think by the time they sent stuff to me, they didn't have those yet. So I didn't get any. You put stuff on your toolbox. Where do you guys put stickers when you get them? Do you keep them in the sticker sheet and like look at them, display them? Or do you put them on stuff? Like, and if so, what do you put them on? I know some people put them on like our shaker cups. Laptop. Yeah. I have, I want to do two things. You buy two, stick one random places. You display, phone, yeah. PC case. What I want to do, I've displayed stickers like this before and I want to do it again. I take a piece of like cardstock, whatever I want to just put the stickers on to display, and I get a frame, okay? I take the frame, I make sure it has a white border. It has, well, what's the word? Why can't I remember the word? I haven't had caffeine today, and I'm not going to have caffeine today, so I'm going to forget words. You know, the white border that you have when you have a frame on the inside so that the thing is displayed with a little, you know, see-through bit, that thingy. So I have the little border, and then behind that I have a piece of cardstock or like thick paper. I take the thick paper and I lay the stickers on it, and I like encrust it. I overlap them all a little bit. A mat, thank you, the mat. I'll lay the stickers over each other so there's no white space of the paper peeking through. And I'll just put all the stickers like encrusting this piece of paper, and then I will display that in a frame. Yeah, sticker bomb. It looks really good when it's finished. It does. Let me see if I can find like a picture of anyone else doing it. I think people tend to lay the stickers out where they have like a lot of their own space. But I like to overlap them. Oh, here this person kinda did what I'm saying. I'm saying have like a white border around the edge because I feel like it makes it look really clean. But like this. Now this is not like the sticker style I have at all. I have like VTuber stickers, so it ends up looking cuter when it's like all layered. But I do that, but I don't like the frame edge to meet up with where the stickers are. I like to have that white border, you know, around the edge. I feel like it looks really clean when you do it that way. Ooh, wait, here's one. Here's one that looks good. This one doesn't have the border either, but it's like the same type of idea of what I'm saying. And when you put it in a frame, it's really easy if there's a sticker you don't like to just cover it with something else. You just take it out and put one over it, but like this. I do this and then I just have a border on the inside, a mat on the inside. That's how I think they look best displayed. Now, if you do this, you use them. So, like, you're not going to be able to reuse any or, you know, put them on anything else. But I do this because I have so many friends whose merch I buy. And it's a lot. And the stickers, I don't have enough surfaces to put them on. So instead, being able to do this is a lot nicer. It's a lot nicer, but yeah. Anyway, that's how I display them. I think they look nice that way. People sticker bomb their cars. Oh, I never liked that. I never liked that because they get all gross eventually. Can you laminate sticker sheets? Yeah, you can laminate anything, I think. Well, if the whole thing gets really hot, it might be a little weird. Depends on the machine. Oh, you covered the shell of your Game Boy Advance SP when you were a kid with stickers? I never put stickers on my stuff because I hated that over time they would end up, if they came off, you would have glue residue. But that's when stickers were a lot shittier. Okay, back in the day, they would come off of everything pretty quickly and the glue residue would be left. I feel like nowadays they're way better and they can just like not come off if you don't want them to. It's so different. But yeah, back in the day, stickers were shitty. They were really shitty. Now we have stuff like Goo Gone, you know, you can kind of get rid of the residue a little more easily. Be worried about the glue when laminating sticker sheets with the heat. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. I'm like, but if it's doing it quickly and it's mostly focusing on the heat being on the edges of it, then you should be fine. Your virtual voice still works. I just found the other day I think it was an old Game Boy Pocket. Yeah, it was my old Game Boy Pocket. I had a little black Game Boy Pocket. And I want to put batteries in it and try it at some point. I was thinking about it. I was like, oh, I should test if it works, but it's been a long time. It's been a long time. I don't know if the cartridges are okay too. Some games might need like a little battery replacement. Start placing stickers from cons and Gurchin and great trading card binder. Yeah. That's a good one. I know some people that'll do it like that. I have not that, but like anything like postcard sized or smaller. I have a binder with those in it. And that way I can flip through it like a photo album, but I don't feel like I have to display everything out because then I feel it's like too much in a room. So I prefer when I can take it out, look at it, and then put it back away. Need an SP battery. Yeah, I still haven't gotten my analog pocket. I've been thinking about it, but there's part of me, I don't know if they'll ever do it again. But I'm waiting to see if they do the clear version again. The ones where they have like atomic purple and all the special colors. I'm just kind of like, I'm waiting around. I'm holding out to see if they do a special edition again. Of any type. And if they do a nice special edition, then I might be there. I might be there buying one. We'll see. Got the opaque atomic purple. Yeah, I really wanted the clear plastic one. Low-key merch is always good. You know, I don't know what it would take to get it, like how many I'd have to order or whatever. But I always wanted to do like a Switch cover. A little shell or something, or a decal that you can put on a Switch. Something like that, or Steam Deck. Maybe a custom one. Someone made a while back, they made like a custom skin for their fight stick. And they were like, yo, I'm taking it to the tournament. And I was like, oh man, I want to make stuff like that. Yeah. Because I don't know, I love doing a lot of the same things because people do get them, they replace stuff, but I want to do things that I haven't seen a million of as well. So I don't know, I've been thinking about it. And now I'm looking at my Switch 2 and like all the Switch 2s are just solid black. We do have the blue and red Joy-Con colors kind of, but it's just like, it's just one circle under the stick on either side. And then it's one little internal bit when you take the Joy-Con out. So, I don't know. I kind of want to make like a Switch 2 skin or something, but it's a lot of effort. Not that I'm unwilling, I just have to find an artist that's willing to torture themselves with like making sure it all fits properly. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But you could also just put normal stickers on that. I know a few people were doing that to mark like their Joy-Cons and things. They would take, because I did the stickers that were emotes. We did an emote sticker sheet recently, and I know a lot of people said that those were a good size to put on their Joy-Cons. So they were like, yeah, that's how I marked my stuff. So that's one way to do it. Oh, the old Game Boy Mag ads where they offer different plastic colors and how weird they were. They were so cool. They were so cool, man. They were cool as hell. Is it legal to Nintendo's tenacious with their lawyers? If you're making a skin to apply, it's fine. If you're making like a shell and you're implying people should rip off the outer shell of their device and replace it, then it gets a little weird. But they don't mind if it's like a sticker that you attach. So that's kind of what they care about most. Put your G Fuel sticker on the back of my Switch 2 case. I need a Switch 2 case. But I want to buy a cute one. And they're all like the officially licensed same 3 products that are all like the hard black case. I had a custom one that a friend made for me for my old Switch, so I kind of want to do something like that again. But I'm not going to make her make me one. She has a job, you know? So I want to do a little custom one or something. They're expensive. How much are they right now? I assume they're a lot because there aren't a lot out there. Let me see. Switch 2 case. There's one from Target that's like $30. Official Nintendo one, $40. Yeah. Yeah. Belkin has a gaming charging case for Switch 2 for $70. What? Belkin? Oh, it has a battery pack that lives in there. You could take it out and charge it and then put it back in the case, and then when you put your Switch in the case, it charges it. Huh. Someone for 85, that's big all-in-one thing. Yeah, I think if you're taking like the dock with you, you're taking all of that with you, then that's a different story. That's a different story. TSA nightmare. Yeah. The Belkin charging case for Switch 2. Oh my god. It's low profile, it looks pretty nice, but yeah, it's got a battery in it, and I feel like if you try to take this through TSA, they're gonna kill your ass. Like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, you can. Oh, they have a little slot so you can air tag it specifically. Okay, all right. I'm not gonna buy it, but I see the vision. I do see the vision, man. I think for me, the thing is, I don't want a case that has like a Switch 2 logo on it, and it's like, hey, people, when I'm walking around in public, this has my expensive Nintendo Switch 2 in it. Please steal. You know, like, I don't want to do that. So, I would rather a bag that is unique, or a case that is unique, but I don't look at it and be like, that obviously has a gaming system in it, you know? I'm not a fan of that. Not a fan of that at all. No thanks. Yeah, especially when they're, like, rare right now. Do I think I'm likely to have my shit stolen from me? Not very, especially because I don't really go outside. But occasionally I do. And, you know, I just don't want to deal with it. I don't. Remember when the cancer survivor tag was added? I remember, we added it recently. I was like, guys... Guys, I've realized that I didn't milk it ever. I didn't even tell you guys that I had it until like a year later. So I've decided to change my tune. So I put the tag on. I think I put it in my about section too. I wrote Cancer Survivor BTW. There you go. It's the extent of my Sag farming you're gonna get. There you go. Love custom clamshells, perfectly shaped. The really expensive device companies love to sell. Yes, I hate it. I hate it so much. D-Brown has a few things to switch to. Yeah, I just gotta look through. I gotta look through everything. I think I might get a custom one though. I think I might go for just a fully custom item at this point, or something I used to do. I would just take foam and I'd place my device on the foam, trace it, cut it out. Like if you have a case that you want to put like a gun or peripherals for one in, and you need it to fit properly, and you want it to fit exactly the thing you've got, you just place it on the foam, trace it out, and you know, do that through multiple layers, and there you go. So I think I would do kind of like a similar thing. I'll just fit it. Yeah, like a Pelican case. You can do that. Glue layers of foam together, and then put that in anything. Literally anything. Put that inside any case at all. So I'll probably do it like that. Maybe camera equipment is a better example, but you know. Something like that. Yeah, like the John Wick suitcase, you know. I'm gonna do that, but for my Switch 2. $1,000 Stanley Cup-esque accessories for Switch 2 will go crazy. Oh my god, Switch 2 snack cup. Hold on. Stanley Cup accessories. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, so the way they make the all-in-one quencher carry-all. All right? Let me find a nice picture. Okay, so here's the concept. Here's the concept. These stupid fucking mugs. Stupid fucking mugs have one of the best marketing teams ever. And they have such a good product team that make like their accessories for them. So we've got this, right? Okay. You've got your cup, you've got your mug that you buy from them, and then it's got this holder with a nice strap. It's got the Preston logo. It's got the pocket on the side for your phone, etc., etc. And then people make all sorts of attachable accessories for these. I look at this and I'm like, we need this for the Switch 2. We need this for the Switch 2. We need a crossbody bag that is exactly the size of your Switch 2 and holds it specifically. And then on the front, it's got like a snack pouch. Okay. We need one that, okay. Crossbody bag for gamers. And what it has is we have where the bag is on your front, if you're wearing it around yourself on the front. Just below the chin area, we make a little cup-like thing. And what happens is when you eat food, you drop food, it lands in there like a bib, okay? That's what we need. So you put your snacks in and it sits below your chin, like low enough that it's on your chest, but if you dropped food, it would get caught in there and you just pick it back up and eat it, right? So we need that attached to the strap. That's the first thing that we need. All right, I'm gonna make this. You know what? I was thinking about it because I was looking at pictures from Offkai, and I was like, let's just make the ultimate product for going to a convention. Okay. So you've got the crossbody bag. Bag on the front has a space for your Switch 2, right? And then it's a little tiny pocket on the front you can put your phone in. All right, and then on the back a little sleeve you could shove your wallet in there, right? The essentials. Then you've got on the strap, you've got the little snack pouch. So the little shelf, so if you drop snacks, they fall in there, okay? Then on the other side of the strap, imagine it's going over your right shoulder and down on the left side of your body, okay? Where the strap just goes completely horizontal on your left side. You have another thing hanging down from there, and it holds a water bottle. Specifically, exactly the size of a shaker cup from any of your favorite brands. They all have the same sizing. It's exactly the shape and size of a shaker cup for your waifu cups, for your G Fuel cups, you know, for all those, right? So we have it perfectly like that. Okay? And then across the back, yes. You already got it. We have personal hygiene pockets. Tiny pockets. I think we can make this. I think we can do this. Actually, what I would love to do is have one that has 2 bags. I used to have something like this a long time that I loved. So I had a crossbody bag that I'd wear all the time. I'd put it over my shoulder. But instead of having the bag on the front, I would put the bag on the back. And then I had a tiny sleeve that would I would feed the strap through. So on the front of me, this little extra attachment I would have on there, and it just held my phone. It was just a little rectangle that was fully closed. Like you could not reach in and grab the phone easily. You had to like undo a zipper. And it was just a tiny pouch for my phone. So my back held like the majority of the bag and all the stuff that I don't need to access as often. And it was really hard to open without me feeling someone opening it. Like the way the zipper was done, someone would have to like really get in there. So I would know if someone was trying to reach for it. And then on my front, I had my phone. That way I never had to have pockets because so much women clothing doesn't have pockets. So I think about this and I'm like, man, I should make this, but it's for game system sizing. Specifically. We should do it. Ultimate con accessory will always be some Vicks Vapo Rub under your nose. Oh, man. Wait, no. I'll do you one better. You know how when you work in hospitals, they have peppermint oil that you can put on the inside of your mask because it masks almost every smell. Will not get through the peppermint oil, right? We make pre-packaged masks with tiny amounts of peppermint oil on the inside already, and they're sealed off so they stay fresh. And if you go somewhere that smells like shit, you can crack that bitch open, put it on your face, and you're good. You're good. It keeps out like dead body smell, you know, because they use it in hospitals and everything. It is really strong. I think that's what you need. After conventions, okay? After hearing what happened this weekend, after seeing all the tweets about people smelling like shit, you know, there you go. There you go. Damn thing almost made you pass out. Were you at the off guy? Was anyone here at off guy? How bad was it? I was asking chat. I was trying to figure out, was it actually that bad, or was it just a couple of people and then everyone tweeted about those couple of people? Like, was it actually stank the whole time? I'm curious about that. Well, hey, it's a great thing. Oh, novel, you already knew. It's a great thing I'm sponsored by a soap brand because I think you should smell nice and I think you deserve to smell nice. That's right. That's right. So VTuber fans, tells you VTuber fans are worse than Smash players. Yeah, I don't know. It depends on how prevalent it was. Like, I don't know. If only we had Shiki at Offkai. Yeah. Hey, I said it. You know, I'll say it again. I didn't do anything at the event this year because last year I did stuff at the event and it didn't go well at all. There were things that were just so poorly handled. So I wanted them to have a year where they do well and they don't have those issues. And then when I hear that there is an issue-less, well, not perfectly, but an issue-less experience for the creators, then I'll go back. You've heard it was bad? Yeah, heard, but I don't know. Everyone says things smell bad, but it'll just be like one guy, so we'll see. We'll see. I don't know how deodorant companies don't jump at convention sponsorships giving out free samples. Because I don't think people will buy it. I think they'll just take the little one and then because they barely use deodorant to begin with, they'll just use up that tiny stick for the next year. I don't think they make much money doing it, if I'm honest with you. I don't know. Things went very well this year. I'll have to ask friends. I'll have to ask creator friends and see. Hopefully it's good. I know when I did my meet and greet, the one that I did with Joel went poorly. No staff in the room. Lasted 4 hours when it was supposed to be 1. No one was telling people where to queue, where to line up very easily. You know? And I told them very nicely. Very nicely. I was like, hey, here were my issues. Here were the things that I needed help with that I didn't get. If you can make sure that this stuff goes well next year, then I'll come the year after. You know? I wasn't like... I didn't like rage at them or anything because they're like a newer con. They're a younger con. You know? It's not like a one that's been running for 10 years. They were in like their 2nd year or something like that, their 3rd year. So I was like, okay. And they were understaffed. So I said, here's what I need, and, you know. And if it works out, it works out. So I'll ask people, you know, who did events, like, how'd that go? And if it went well, then I'll go next year. That was kind of what my caveat was. Because I never want to go back to something if people are like, I promise I'll be better this time. And I'll be like, okay, but one time ago it wasn't great. You know? But, like, I don't know. You have a couple basic functions. You need to make the guest experience good. You need to make the attendee experience good. Right? Your basic functions are like, have the artist alley running, have people be able to buy stuff, have some panel rooms exist, make meet and greets happen. Those are your basic functions. And if you can't do that, I don't want to associate with a company that can't do its basic functions. You know what I mean? But they were new, so I always give a chance. And if they do well, all right. But, you know, I don't want to work with them if they can't get the normal shit done. Right, yeah, I don't want to be a beta tester for anything if I can avoid it. I think that's the worst experience. I've done that enough times in my life where you know, you work with someone and you're the beta test. Right? And like conventions will contact you and they'll be like, "Oh, we've got this huge event. We just started last year." And they'll show pictures and they'll be like, "Yeah, we did all this, we did all that. We can do all this for you." But then they don't always deliver, you know? And like you are the tester. They're like trying new shit with you. I don't want to be there for that. I want to just work with things that function and are established. That's it. You know? Yeah, not your damaged tank. Right, right. I wish them well. I wish everyone well. Like, I hope everyone gets to a point where they're doing well, and then I'll gladly do shit with them. I don't know. We'll see. So, yeah. Hopefully this year was good. I'll see what my friends say. I'll see what my friends say. And if it was, then I'll be glad to go back. What if the deodorant companies linked up with well-known VTubers so the visitors stink less for their Oshi? It's so habit dependent, right? Deodorant is something you put on and it just like can cover. If you already stink, it just covers it. What you need is basic hygiene. That's why I partnered with Cheeky Soap. No, unironically though, that's why I was like, oh, a soap company is good because like no matter what scents you put on yourself, you need to wash with soap. You have to actually clean yourself, you know? So yeah, that's why I was more of a fan of like working with a soap company if I'm trying to have people not smell like shit. You know? Like a nice soap. This one's moisturizing. I gotta say, if you use something that's moisturizing, your body does not try as hard to produce oils to put on your skin, which is what makes some people smell. Sometimes it's the oil production that also helps that, because you're already moisturized, so your body doesn't need to do that. So if you moisturize properly, that also helps you not smell just a little bit. It helps, you know? So there you go. Yeah, my favorite scent is just soap. It smells like nothing. No, I do like the scented ones a lot. My cats just get a little like offended with certain scents, so for my hands specifically, I use the unscented one. When's the laundry detergent sponsor? Oh, I would do it, man. I would do it. What if you're fat and sweat a lot? Okay. Antiperspirant. Okay. Deodorant is something that just makes you smell better. It's just a smell thing. Antiperspirant actively slows perspiration. Now, I will say, when you sweat in certain areas, it's more likely to smell than when you sweat in other areas. So you just apply the antiperspirant to those spots specifically. That aluminum, though, I know. But, yeah, I was going to say powders. Unironically, baby powder. But they make a lot of powders for adults and things that you can use. Let's be real. Let's talk about this really candidly. You got rolls somewhere, and where skin touches skin, you start to get a little musty sometimes. That is what powder is for. It's for those spots. Think of it like anti-chafing, right? It's the same idea. Don't say ew. This is something that so many people deal with. So if you have issues, it doesn't have to be adult baby powder. They make things like Gold Bond and stuff like that. But unironically, yeah, like if you have spots where skin is touching skin and you're getting sweaty there all the time and it's a problem and it's making you smell and you are embarrassed and you don't want to smell like that, look into powders and things. It might actually really help. It might help a lot. There are a lot of brands nowadays for men specifically that are like helping with that. Little shout out, I used to be sponsored by Manscaped and they made things like that. That would help you. It had some anti-chafing in it, and then it helped it so that you know, moisture was absorbed a little bit, etc., etc. And that helped. So I'm just saying, look into it. There are a lot more things than just like deodorant out there. I just think people are a little embarrassed to talk about it, so they don't talk about what products are out there, and then a lot of people just don't like know. They just don't know. Even Corpa for the old sponsors. I mean, I liked working with them. They were great. I genuinely liked working with Manscaped. The only reason it ended was because we had a set period of time I was doing the sponsorship for, and I did it. And that's it. That's all. You know, didn't end because we hated each other. I really loved them. I really loved Manscaped. So, you know, their shit was good. Their shit was nice. Baby powder your nuts. They had they had ball wipes. Unironically, they had ball wipes. Straight up. And it would help with anti-chafing if you had that issue. And it was good. A lot of people were like, yo, those things actually help me. That's just how it is. No way? Yep. Called the Crop Mop Ball Wipes, man. It's a Manscaped product. I know this because I worked with them for a long while. And they were good. They were good. So, I'm just saying. There are really interesting products out there. Really, really interesting products. And you can honestly just shove baby powder in different areas. Like if you've got like rolls somewhere and you're like, I keep getting sweaty, you can just put baby powder in them. Like no one cares. And it doesn't smell offensive. It smells like a lot of nothing for the most part. So that's what I would do. You know, ball wipes existed. Yeah, it might be a little bit of a unique product. What do they still make? Let me see. Let me look. Yeah, they still have the wipes. They still have them. They have anti-chafing ball deodorant, ball toner refresher, groin wash, so that way you can use a soap that's actually like all right for these things. Some of them are like not and dry you out. Yeah, they still got the wipes. Ball aftershave lotion. They just made a lot of products that were like normal products of their other stuff, but like okay for that area, like safe for it. It's funny. They finally figured out how to make dudes insecure about how their nether regions smelled too. Well, okay, in dudes apostrophe defense, I don't think a lot of dudes bend down to smell. I don't think most people can physically do that. And I don't think anyone's like, do my balls smell? And then like they like go and check with their own nose. I don't think they could if they really wanted to. Okay. Like it's just, how would you even know? You scratch and stuff, right? It's tough. It's tough. But many people also get reports from their significant other being like, you're a little musty. And many people learn later in life, okay? They learn a little too late that it's been like that the whole time and they didn't really know. And then they're like, oh, you know? So there's been a bit more of a surgence of products for that. Because let's be honest, the skin's like really sensitive. The skin is very, very thin, very sensitive. And like when you use certain normal products, you can dry sensitive skin out. It's like the inside of your elbow, you know? It's like really, really, really thin. And if you chafe a little, if you wash a little too much, you dry things like that out a little too much, you can end up giving yourself way bigger problems. So you gotta be a little careful. Women have similar issues. You know, very similar issues. Or like eyelid texture. Yeah, it's a good way to put it. But, you know, women got the same shit going on, just slightly different anatomy, but similar stuff where you just can't like wash certain things with certain other things. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work, man. So, community chafe check. Scratching stuff too much can lead to issues by making it too raw. Yeah. It's true. That's what I'm saying. Like you have like thin, delicate skin. You don't wash your face and then exfoliate your eyelids. You know your eyelids are gonna be like blazing red. They're gonna be like just so itchy and they're gonna hurt. You know, like you can't like take a little scrubby thing and be like, let me loofah my eyelids. It's like the same shit. You know, you have to be gentle. You gotta be gentle, man. Yeah, I use my pumice stone because my eyelids have so much dead skin. Could you imagine, man? Oh, ow. Ow. No way. No freaking way, man. Imagine channel point redemption like Hydrate, but for checking your junk's musk. I don't know that I want to be like, let's press a button to all like scratch and sniff. I don't think we need that. No, not dogwood. All right, guys, community scratch and sniff. Yeah, I'm good. I don't think we want that. I don't think we want that. Can I get a sniff check, bro? Yeah, lift your legs up. Just a real quick sniff check. I just want to make sure I'm good, you know? I'm meeting this girl later. Can I get a sniff check? Real friends would do a sniff check on each other. Real friends would. I had a friend, she was like, is my back sweaty? She was wearing like a dress that was like somewhat open back, like up top and at the bottom. She was like, is my back sweaty? And I was like, no. And she's like, could you touch it? She's like, check with your hand. So I like take a finger and I look like I'm like when you check for dust on a surface and you go like, I do that. And I go, and I go, nope, you're dry. And she's like, okay, what about like under the bra strap? And I'm like, why am I... You check. I was like, put your hand there. Why do you want me to do it? And she was like, I can't reach. She was holding a bunch of stuff. And I was like, all right. So I reached in and checked, and I'm like, you're fine. She's like, okay. And, you know, girls will just do that. So what I'm trying to say is, the story is to say, fellas, you know, if you need a dude to do a sniff check, you know, frog wide, it's time. Can you check my dryness level? Am I dry enough? Or do I need to, like, freshen up? You know? Bro, can you touch my balls and think I'm sweating? I can't reach. I'm holding so much stuff in my hands. I really need someone to check. Please check real quick. We all need it. Can you powder me, bro? Oh my god, I had this one friend a long time ago. He was like part of a group of friends. He would he was talking about like for some reason like girls really liked him. And I thought he was like just as good as the other guy friends. I thought like they were all pretty even in that group, you know? But this dude, for whatever reason, just had like so much game. But none of us ever saw it. We never saw what he did or heard what he was saying to people to figure out, like, how is he doing this? What is he doing, right? Never really got to witness it. So we were just kind of like, how does he do this? One of our friends asks one time, and he's like, dude, how do you make this work? Like, how are you doing so much better than all of us? And he leans into this friend, and he goes, you got to keep yourself fresh. And he was like, okay. And he goes, I powder my balls. and again, he's leaning in like close to this friend. He's like, I powder my balls. But we can all hear him. We're all sitting there. We're like, okay. And he was like, I got baby powder always in my bag. And everyone's like, there's no way you keep the baby powder. And he was like, check it. He reaches in, he pulls baby powder. He had it in his bag. He wasn't lying. He pulls like Johnson's baby powder out of his bag. And he was like, bro, I'm telling you. He was like, this shit works better than anything. Yeah. And he pulls the baby powder out. And he was like, I'm telling you. Thing is, it's not a bad idea. It was just so funny hearing him like lean into our friend and be like, I powder my balls. And he was like, look at the applicator. And you know, you ever use baby powder? You like turn the top and it looks like a little salt shaker. And it like, you know, it's workable, it's usable. It was, oh man, the little shaker top and everything. That shit was so funny. So fucking funny. But then everyone was like, dude, you just like leave that free floating in your bag? And he's like, yeah, it's just baby powder. And one of our other friends, not the one he leaned into, he was like, okay, when you apply it, are you applying it from afar or are you like touching the skin with it? Because now you just leave that shit in your bag, and if I ever got anything from your bag, I gotta know, because I reached my hand in there and he was like, no, I do it from a distance. He was like, do you really though? Like, how much of a distance? Because if it taps it, I don't know. And then we had this like hour-long debate about whether, when he powders them, does he allow the applicator to like touch at all, or like. And from then on, no one would ever go into his bag for anything. You ever like ask a friend to close your bag because you left the zipper open, whatever, anything related to his bag, everyone would be like, nah, you're on your own. Like, even though he said he did it from a distance, everyone would be like, I'm not touching your bag, dude. You got that ball powder in there. I don't want that. Oh, so funny. He would get so pissed. He'd be like, I don't touch it to my balls. Oh, so funny. The fucking baby powder. Anyway, now whenever I see baby powder like in a store, if I ever see it, I look at it and I'm like, oh man. I think about that friend. Claiming that his secret to success was powdering himself. Oh man. The thing is, I was like, that's bullshit, because like, you'd have to get someone to that point for them to notice you've been powdered, and they go, oh, you powder? Like, you know what I mean? I was like, this is not, this, don't lie to me. This isn't your technique. This ain't the technique at all. I don't know, man. Homie drop the knowledge for free. It's not the knowledge, though. We're like, how do you get so many more girls to talk to you and be attracted to you before that step, okay? I know it's not the ball powder. And I know he's not leaning into girls and going, did you know I powder my balls? I know he's not doing that, okay? I know that's not the strat. So to this day, he never told us what he was doing. But he did say he powdered his balls at least, so, you know, we learned that much. He should have. I mean, people do love a clean person. Who doesn't love when someone keeps it clean? Scent free. Right? I don't know. He was just nice and confident. He was like pretty quiet though, actually. He was like not really like that outwardly confident. He was not like ultra shy, but he's pretty normal. I don't know. It's probably just not being weird or awkward. None of them were being that weird or awkward though. I don't know. But maybe that's my perspective as a friend, as someone who's past the awkwardness barrier. So perhaps my perspective is very different there. Maybe, I don't know. There's people that like I knew for a long time. So it's different when you know someone for a long time versus your impression when you first meet them. I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, fellas, that's the strat. Ladies as well. That spot between your leg and where everything else starts, where there's like, you know, just a hellish area that just has so many chafing issues potentially, depending on the girl. You know, I'm telling you, powder that shit. Probably have to ask a girl who liked him. Yeah, I don't know, the grundle, is that what they call it? I hate that word, the grundle. Yeah, the grundle. The leg pit, yep. That spot. You got a cheaper version of Body Glide. Ooh, I remember Body Glide. Yeah. It's basically the same thing, right? Same type of thing. That's just how it is. The gooch. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Not like it's like that spot between the leg and where everything else starts. Just this little like crease where like some skin can touch some other skin. Like, for some people, that's a spot of their body they never think about. For some other people, they chafe that shit all the time, just existing, just walking, you know? So a lot of people do use like powders and things like that just to be okay. I know about the baby powder lawsuit. Yes, I know about that. Do look shit up before you use it, 100%. I'm not saying necessarily use the Johnson brand baby powder. That's why I keep saying generically the word powders, because, you know, You just want like a normal one with that weird shit in it. Gold Bond. There are a lot of brands out there. There are a bunch. You started wrapping an ice pack and towel and tucking it behind your back helps you keep cool when grilling. Oh, there's this one towel. There's this one brand. What was it called? Hold on. Let me find it. Remember, I used to be an athlete. Frog Toggs. Oh, man. Okay, the brand Frog Toggs, they make this towel that just stays damp for a scarily long time. That name is crazy, I know. Frog Toggs. Froggtoggs. Big outdoors company, big on like a lot of fishing gear, stuff like that. They make a lot of like waders and things that you can wear to get into the water when you're fishing, all that. That company makes a towel. Let me see if I can find it. Cooling products. Yep. Yeah, original PVA cooling towel. So it's a towel that when you first get it feels like stiff. It feels like the stiff bit of fabric. What I would do is, again, I used to do that sport. I would dunk that in a cooler and leave it in there so it would just get wet. It would just be waterlogged. You could also just hose it down, whatever. Squeeze it out a little bit so it's not dripping, and you put it around your neck. This shit saved me on so many like 90, 100-degree days. This towel would stay wet. It would stay damp for hours in the blazing sun, in the blazing heat. It would stay damp for hours, so you constantly get cooled as air passes over it. It is one of the best products, and it's just straight up one towel. It's just one towel, and it feels like it's like a weird plasticky hard kind of material. It's odd. When you like dry it out for the first time after you get it wet and then dry it out, it feels like a paper towel when you like wet one and leave it out for a while and then it gets like weirdly crispy. It kind of feels like that. Feels odd, but I promise this thing is the best. If you're a runner, I would get, they make one that can wrap around your head as a smaller like headband kind of sized one. You put that around your head and leave it damp and you run with that on. Oh my God, it's so good. It's so good, especially because you're running, you're moving, the air is passing over it and it cools you down constantly. It's so nice. I cannot recommend these enough. I would use them when hunting too, if I was ever going out in like really, really hot weather and I was going to be out all day and I like did not want heat stroke. Dude, these are so good. You don't usually hunt in like summer too much, but occasionally for certain game or certain areas we would go to would just be so hot. And these things saved me. Use one when you're walking in the heat, literal game changer. Yeah, I don't know how many of you have actually used one of these. It is this good. It is this good. Because, you know, back in my day, all this type of equipment, you just like use a normal, I used to use a normal bandana or like a normal towel. And I would just like squeeze it out and put it on my neck and I'd have to keep redampening it. This thing was so good. So good. And if you keep like a cooler with you or a little bottle of water just for wetting this down, like there you go, you're fine. But I love this thing. Might not work as well when the dew point's like 80. Yeah, it's very different. It still does work in the humidity somewhat, but yeah, obviously it's gonna, the drier it is, the better it's going to work. Brand name Frog Toggs. It's the Frog Toggs Chili Pad Cooling Towel. They also have one that's like a neck wrap. They have one that's a headband set or something like that. This thing is, it's so good. It's so good. If you go like fishing, right, and you're like out and you have a lot of sunlight reflecting back up at you and you just get so hot from all the sun reflecting at you and from the water and everything and beating down on you, you need one. But yeah, when the dew point's super high, it's not going to do as much. It's going to be okay, but it's still going to do something. But I loved this thing. I love this thing so much. I don't know what let me see what the material is. Also, one towel, the cooling towel, $10. That's it. It's just $10. Let me see. Evaporative towel. Constructed from an hyper evaporative material, provides hours of cooling relief. This is true. Offers UPF 50 plus UV protection. That's true. I would leave it on my neck all the time. Same thing with the headband one, just so like your hairline does not get like horrifically sunburnt if you run and stuff like that. What material is it? I don't actually know. They say PVA, but like, I don't know how they make it to be as good as it is, but I don't know. Anyway, this thing fucks. I cannot recommend it enough. It's so nice. Yeah, thank you. This is spelling, yeah. Yeah. And they're not like crazy expensive, and I've had one. The one that I use, my main cooling towel, I think I've had that thing for like 15 years or something. And it's never not worked. It's exactly the same condition, you know. It might be a little sun bleached, like it clearly has some spots where it's lighter and darker, but that's really it, and that doesn't affect how it works. Might be proprietary. Yeah, potentially. I love that thing. They started making like hats and stuff. I never got one, but they started making like cooling hats. And I don't know what that is. Let me see. They got a boonie hat. Let me see. Okay, sun protection up top. Oh, it's got the cooling material. Okay. It's got cooling fabric that goes down like the back of your neck. So you wet that fabric. It's the same thing as the towel that you wrap around your neck. It's a booty hat, right? So it has like, it looks like one of those really wide brim bucket hats, but it has, yeah, like that bit of towel just sticking out the back. It goes down the back of your neck. You dampen it, squeeze out a little bit, and just let it like slowly evaporate, and it keeps your neck cool. That's nice. Yeah, it's like a mud flap, but except this one is like with this material. Ooh. Of course they come in camo. I mean, this is for people who are like outside all the time, but you know, I love this company though. A lot of their fishing products are really nice. Real good. Mailman. Oh yeah, if you work as like a UPS driver or mailman, honestly, shit like that is good. A snapback style too. Yeah, they have a lot of stuff. I don't know. I only ever had the towel kind of things, but again, hashtag not sponsored. But I loved this shit. It's the biggest fish you caught. I don't know. A bunch of relatively large ones. Actually, you know what? A catfish. I think one of the biggest fish I had caught was a catfish. I had one that was like... this bitch was huge. Noodling, so it would bite my leg. When I would do noodling, I would do my legs, not my arms usually. But you know, you shove your foot down and you wiggle your toes, you wiggle your foot around to try and get the catfish to bite. And then you know, I like to do it with the leg because then I could hold on to something with my arms to pull myself up. I use my other leg, so the moment the catfish bites, you take your other leg and you like press down on it so that it can't move. And then you just reach down with your hand and get like a hook in them or grab or, you know, whatever you need to do. And I think a lot of the bigger fish that I caught were catfish from noodling because they're like, they get monstrously big and a lot of them get big. So managed to catch them like that. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty common way of doing it. It's a pretty common way because they're also so big that trying to reel them in with like a normal fishing rod can be really tough. Like really, really, really tough. So yeah, not doodling, noodling. But yeah, some of them get huge, man. Trucker checking in. Ooh, get yourself a frog tog hat to stay cool if your AC ever fucking breaks down. Wouldn't that hurt? They can. Some of them can bite kind of hard, but they don't really have like sharp teeth like some fish have. You can get a little scraped up. You can get a little bruised depending on like if they fight with you a little bit, but it's not that bad. It's really not that bad. honestly. They're just big, so they're a lot of muscle, so they can, like, when they start struggling, it's this big, like, muscled thing just flapping around, you know? So you gotta be careful. What does it feel like? Like a fish eating you, or like, I mean, okay, imagine what macaroni feels like. If you had macaroni in water and you touched it, like, it's like this smoothish kind of feeling. Like, that's like what the inside of their mouths feel like a little bit, I guess. That's the best way I could put it. I don't know. Can you verify it's a catfish hole and a snapping turtle hole? Ooh, that's true. It depends on the area. I would go to areas where snapping turtles were not common, so I didn't have to deal with that shit. You gotta hope and pray. There are certain areas where they'll tell you, like, I have not seen a snapping turtle here in however long, and you're like, okay, all right. But that's part of why I would use my leg too. I'd rather it take a chunk of my foot than a chunk of my hand, in all honesty, just in case. Steve's underwater hole. Well, it's also the size of it and everything, and the way it's kind of like built up, the way it kind of looks. But there are places where they specifically they sink certain things into rivers so that catfish will stay there. They'll use them as their nests, and then that's what you'll go into. Catfish can squeeze, turtles can't. Yep. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of the man-made stuff, the entryway will be like a square shape or like a more circular shape instead of something like wide for a turtle, you know? So. Ooh, alligator snapping turtles have been showing up in your area as of late. Yeah, I haven't done it in a bit. I haven't done it in a bit because it's gotten worse. So, you know. I'm good. I'm good. I think regular fishing is a lot safer with a lot of the populations of things like turtles just expanding, kind of exploding in some areas. I realized for a long time the catfish can walk on land. Yeah, it's like a weird shimmy. They're like dragging themselves, kind of, but yeah. 35 pounds. Jesus. I don't remember how big the one I caught was. I don't know the number. I don't know how many inches it was. It was a big one. When you get the permastone, is there a limit to how much you can catch? That totally depends on where you are. Certain areas, they're invasive, and you can just get a fuck ton of them. A fuck ton of them, and no one cares. Other areas, you know, you might be limited. You're usually not limited, though. Typically, they give you a size, and they say it just, as long as it's above this size, you can keep it. If it's smaller, you throw it back. And that's how most fishing in most areas will work. As opposed to, like, hunting, typically they give you tags, and you tag the animals. So if you'll have a tag that says, like, you can hunt in this zone of this state during this season with gun only at this time, bow only at that time, muzzle loading only at this time, etc. You know, they'll give you, like, a bunch of things, parameters, and you just go to the place with the right thing at the right time. And if you catch something, then you tag it, and you have to make sure you catch it. It'll be like, this is for a buck, this is a doe tag, you know, that kind of stuff. So, yeah, that's like normal hunting. For fishing, it tends to be a lot more liberally applied. Like, you can just kind of get whatever so long as it's above a certain size. And then they'll tell you waters where you can and cannot get certain things. And that's it. That's it. You could salmon up in Oregon. Yeah. Yeah, catfish, if I wanted to get good ones, I would have to go down south usually. Typically. If that was, like, what I was going for. You said the lasting memory for you is how slimy fish feel. I mean, yeah, like, naturally occurring bodies of water have a lot of things in them that are not just water, right? There's a lot of algae and all this kind of stuff, and then they themselves are not always the most slippery, but some of them exude oils onto their bodies and things as a protective layer, and, you know, it is what it is. Eels especially. Oh, you ever grab an eel? They have a lot of, it's a very oily meat because they produce a lot inside, but on the outside too, they're so slippery. That's why a lot of people, when they fish for eels, instead of grabbing the eel, they'll have a net and they try to, like, get the eel into the net, because trying to grab onto it is, like, impossible. They will always get out because they're so slippery. It's like you cover them in WD-40. There's just no way. So a lot of people just do it with a net to grab them at the end, because otherwise if you try to do it with your hands, they'll just go bloop. They'll get right out. They're crazy. They're so slippery. I think it's like the slipperiest thing I've ever dealt with. Hagfish. Ooh, I don't like them. I don't like them. Fishing controls more regulated in more heavily commercially fished areas. Yeah, which is not always where people tend to recreationally fish as much, so. Yeah. You just gotta look it up. You gotta know where you want to go, and then look up fishing regulations in that exact spot. And there will be guides, there will be zone markings saying, you know, you're in zone 3C, and anything hunted or fished in this area, here are the parameters, and they'll tell you. That's just how it is. Slippery as an eel. Yeah. Oh man, I was watching I think I told you guys a while back, I was watching Alone Australia, right, on Netflix. So it's that show where they drop people with just some camera equipment and like a couple, like 10 items is all they're allowed to bring, and they have to just stay alone and outlast everyone else. That's it. They just have to live longer than everyone else and not tap out or be declared medically unfit. So they don't get to see anyone other than the med team occasionally checking in to like check their weight and take blood pressure and stuff like that, and then they leave them. And the area that they were in was they're in this part of Tasmania, and there like wasn't, it was so muddy and there wasn't anything to catch but like one type of trout that was really tiny, and they weren't really biting that time of year, and eels. And I was like, oh my god, that's such a good food source because it's protein, but it's so oil heavy, so there's a lot of calories there. But yeah, they were so slimy. They were so slimy. So there were people that were like, they were so hungry, but the moment they would put the like eel in their mouth, they would almost throw up because it was just so oily. And like, and I'm watching these people want to eat so bad, but struggling so hard to get this food down. And I was like, ugh. It was just one of the grossest things ever, man. Ugh. Do look grilled eel. There was one guy who smoked some of them, so it wasn't as bad, but he was like showing it while he was smoking it, so it's sitting there above a fire just slowly smoking. There was so much oil coming down from the eel, and I was like, oh, I couldn't. I don't really like seafood that much. I like shrimp and things like that. I'm not really like much of a fish person, but eel's like one of the worst for me because they're so slimy. Hi Baha, how are you? How are you? Hope stream was good. But yeah, eel's just, ugh. You love it? Eel, because it's so oily, it's so rich to me. I can't eat a lot of it. Like if I had a tiny bit, is whatever, but the moment you get more and more, it's too much. It's so much. The first eel on Australia was tough to watch. It's funny because there was one lady, the first lady to catch an eel and to like catch anything while fishing. She was so successful. She was like, oh my God, look, I got something. And like the tagline is like, she's the first person to catch anything. And then she just particularly hated eels. She was just a person that couldn't like deal with it. So she was like gagging and just trying to eat the eel, but she was like, ooh, you just gotta do it. Ooh. She was like, she tried so hard. I felt so bad for her, man. Doing good. Cyprus is so dead we can't even get enough people for a job. No, I'm gonna be on Baja, but like it's usually night. It's like after stream, so for me it's like I'm at least doing a fun RP job later. Woo! But tomorrow I'll be around for some normal Cyprus hours. Maybe I'll see you then, so we can do some shit. Hopefully. Your grandpa caught some lampreys, and your grandma's so disgusted she threw away the pan after cooking them. That's one of your mom's core memories. It's the oil, man. They're just so like they actually just drip. They drip with oil when you cook them. It's just ugh. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. Dune killed them. I love Dune, but I can't put in the amount of time. That's the thing I'm always stuck with. Like I can do certain things when I'm playing with certain friends, like stuff that I'm not streaming. I can get a lot of stuff done, but it's highly dependent on number of hours needed and like what days I'm needed. They're playing Dune every day for like 12 hours. I cannot keep up. I cannot keep up. There's no way. I really want to because I want to be able to like play with my boys and stuff, but there's no way. So I'll pop in here and there and I'll be like, hey, but I'm not gonna like, I can't, because if I were to keep up, I would have to swap all of my content to being that, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to make you guys watch 5 weeks of Dune. I can't, you know. Yeah, same, Baha. I can't. So I still pop in there occasionally, but I went back to just like popping on No Pixel at night and on my off days, and you know, like doing the thing, because at least I can be more effective there. I don't know. I don't know. You do variety and a fair bit of RP. I think I'm like I'm one of the only variety streamers that still plays like an appreciable number of hours on that server per week. And like I had to shift my hours to be weird. I couldn't be around like these hours and prior like I used to be every day. But I'm present, and like people see me a lot like late NA and early AU hours. But like I don't know. I can't balance that plus an MMO. It's impossible. It's impossible. So I don't know. I do like Dune though. I do like it. I think what makes it fun is less the game itself and more like playing with your group of people. I really think that's what it is. But I don't know. I think I'll make some I'll play my cop character on No Pixel a bit more. I had been playing her recently here and there. I'll play her a bit more. That way if the crew's not around, like I have that. Or, you know, I have some random other characters I can just pull out and do something funny, like how Kiva has Sadie and all that. I'll figure it out. There's always stuff that can be done. And honestly, people need more strife on the server. Feeling anchorless, trying to get back to Red M. Ooh, I think this is a good time for that. Yeah, 100%. That's why like Baha, I have like my cop character. I can hop on her and do something, but like Kiva made Sadie Cooper, which is the Go Postal Girl. She's like, you know, a character that just shows up and is like, I'll just deliver letters for you, and that just created so much fun shit. I think you should do something like that too, potentially. Or some people, I know, like Zeke has a character that's just in another crew. He's a Hydra character that he doesn't wake up on much, but like if our people aren't around, he's like, he could just do it, you know. But stuff like that can be done. I was thinking of making a clown. Maybe. You miss Baloo Balls? I wish. Oh man, he played what, like 1 day, 2 days on the server. I wish he came back and did more of that. I think if you're a variety streamer, that's the most fun content, is making these like random ass characters that just show up a couple times. I miss when Mike had Dirk Intense, the health inspector. Shit like that. Shit like that is so funny. I don't know. We need more of it. We need more of it. People need like alts and stuff so that way they don't get burnt. It's because it's really easy to get burnt out. Yeah, Dirk. You miss Glenn? Dude, if this weird mayor arc thing, not my character trying to be mayor, but like maybe being someone's deputy mayor, if like this arc goes through, I'm gonna see if we can rehire Glenn as the city treasurer. I miss him. I miss him so much. He was such a good character. He was so cool. Oh man. I don't know. Oh my god, I didn't even get to tell you about my character got haunted. I'll tell you on the alt stream tomorrow when we're playing GTA. We had this whole haunting arc the other day. I think it was Elokai, maybe. I don't know. You want to be Shoshan Friends GTA one-off server? I would gladly do something like that with people for like a week-long arc or something, but you need a lot of dev support. Or you use someone else's pack, and it'd be stuff I wasn't familiar with, so I'd have to like really familiarize myself. I could ask some friends about what it would take to do that. But I think I would make it wider than that. I would invite like a lot of people for a week. But I don't know how many people are interested. I don't know how many people would do that sort of thing. I never really tried to drag too many VTuber friends into GTA because once I got into it, I was like, I think a lot of them wouldn't really want to commit, which is fine. I think it'd be really fun to have one-off characters, but a lot of people were having trouble with like, how do I say it? It's getting onboarded is hard. Like, just knowing how things work and not making a mistake can be really tough. not making a mistake in RP and like doing a thing that's like potentially lightly bannable. I don't know. So I was thinking about it and I was like, I'd have to give a lot of them like a tutorial day, and I don't know if I have that in me and to help them out. I don't know, but it'd be fun. Yeah, and staying in character, all this stuff. They're not really role players. Like even when we play D&D together, there are a lot of people that they're just 100% themselves and they don't ever want to make a character. So, yeah, if I was doing like a server-based thing for that crowd, I think I'd go more for Minecraft and things like that. I do want another Minecraft server. You know, me and the girlies would be so fun. Well, I would invite like everyone to something like that, but yeah, we'll see. I don't know if I'd want to watch them roleplay as gangs. You know? You know? What do I keep hearing? Oh, my cat's here. I kept hearing something. He was like rubbing on something. Hey. Why are you down there? There he is. What do you use for your VTuber model? Oh, for like software. Oh, anything you want to know, message me. I use VTube Studio for the program to run it. And then the art was an artist that I contacted and was like, hey, I want a model. Will you make one for me? She actually hadn't made a model before, and she looked up how to do it, but there are a lot of people that have made models and can do it. And then rigging, same thing. I looked up someone who does animation. So you look up like live 2D animators. And I found a company that I really liked, and I worked with them. But I can get you like, if you want like really specific info, I could send you everything. Think you're making one? You should do it. Do you want to make it yourself top to bottom? Like you want to do the art and everything? Yeah, I could send you some. I'll also send you a site, because a lot of people that I know, I think like their commissions are probably semi-full or like might take some time. But I could send you some people that are good to work with. And then also there's a site called VGen that's like really good. A lot of the people in the VTuber sphere use it. And there's a lot of reliable people on there. So if like any of the ones I recommend aren't available, then there are a lot of options. Yeah, Garrick's getting one. He is. I've been helping him with his stuff. I've been trying to do it for a while. I've been trying to take my role player friends and any of them that were interested in VTubing, I've like tried to help them, get whatever stuff they need. It's a different community. It's a different world from like my variety shit. I'm trying to like blend people a little, get them into it. Especially if they're a role player and they like being a character. I feel like VTubing is like the right medium for a lot of those people. They just never really looked into it. So thanks for gifting her a sub, by the way. But yeah. You love VGen? Me too. I think it's nice to use it over Skeb, because Skeb was like, it was cool, but your prompts would get auto-translated from English into Japanese for Japanese artists. And the translations weren't always good, so sometimes they would misunderstand what you were asking for. And because of the nature of Skeb, it was you put in your request, they draw something, they give it to you. That's it. That's all. Done. There are no redos, there are no adjustments you can make, nothing. It's a one and done style thing. And that's just their terms of service. So if they like straight up misunderstood your prompt, you could not go back and be like, hey, sorry, translator's bad, and like, let me rewrite this. So that was just the one limitation that I really didn't love. So at least with VGen, the platform allows a lot more back and forth communication. Thankfully. You wish VGen had better search mechanics for finding artist commission? Yeah, I agree. I think the site needs a little more of that stuff, but yeah. Gigi's Christmas present and cuddles still the phone home screen. Oh my god, it came out so good, right? It was my friend Minky. She does a bunch of my emotes, and she's done a lot of like art commissions for me before, and I love her style. So when I got you, I was like, I have to do art. I have to get her something nice. And I was like, Minky, look, draw her. I sent her a bunch of images. I went through some of my VODs and found all the like times that like I had my character like talking to Cuddles, and I like would screenshot and send it to Minky, and I'm like, this person, draw her. It came out so good. I was happy with it. That's your favorite Minky emote? Yeah, yeah, Minky drew Prega Man. She was so mad. She's like, what's your emote request this time? Sorry, her voice sounds like this. What's your emote request this time, GEEGA? That's what Minky sounds like unironically. And I was like, oh, I need you to drop Pregaman. She went, I hate you. I hate you so much. And just in her high-pitched voice, I hate you. I'm never talking to you ever again. And then she messaged me the next day. Oh, it was so funny. No, she did not charge extra for it, thankfully. She did not. She was like, why? Why do you want this? He came out so good. His face is just so cute. Look at him. Oh, it's so stupid. I'm happy with how it came out. Also, guys, what's the vibe on this? Vibe check. I've been enjoying playing Date Everything. I've been enjoying playing that. Do you guys want to see me finish it, or would you rather me just move on and play other things? Is it like you're done with it, or did you want to actually see a full playthrough? How do we feel on that? A lot of neutral. How much longer is it? I don't know. That's the problem. I'm not spoiled on it, so I don't know if I have to go down like every route or if it's like it might be a set number of in-game days. And I think you probably have to like replay bits of it to be able to do it. Finished it, did you? I think you hit all the funny, now it's just completing the routes. Yeah, that's why I'm like, whenever I reach that point with the game, wherever it's just like, okay, now we're just doing stuff to do it, doing stuff to complete it, I always like to ask. Should later if you're ultra bored, okay. That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. Because I think it's pretty good, but I have a feeling we went through the funniest routes already. I think we got a lot of the really good ones out of our system. Like the vent guy, you know. Time to beat is no results. Yeah, I don't think it's old enough for that yet. I don't know. What do you want to do? I'm going to play it either way, so I don't care if I play it on or off stream. When I ask you questions, I never want to be asked, what do you want to do? That's like, I'm like, where do you want to eat? And you're like, I don't know, where do you want to eat? You know what I mean? So, I'm asking for a reason. Same kind of place the Blueprints is in? Yeah, except Blueprints has more direction to it, I feel. I don't know. We'll get there. We'll get there. You need to talk to everyone who's just to get enough stats to finish the game. Oh, that would take a while then. Yeah. You've been addicted to Blueprints for the last few days. It's a fun roguelike puzzle game. Yeah, we played a lot. I got to the point where I was super endgame. I have a couple of tasks that need to be done over and over and over with like a lot of RNG involved to get through the last little unlocks from what I understand. So yeah, so I haven't been streaming that because I feel like that's the part where it gets like to be a slog for you guys to watch. So instead off stream, I've occasionally been playing little bits. I have OBS open, and then if like something's happening, I'm about to do a thing and I think it might like be actual progression, I hit record and I just record it so that at some point I'll have a little recap for you guys. And hopefully that'll go on the VOD channel, but I'm not recording myself like talking over doing these same runs over and over, trying to like, I gotta remove more crates from the tunnel and, you know, like stuff like that, you know? Because I feel like that's just like, why stream all those hours of that when I could stream an hour of a game that you might actually want to watch? Italian, what the fuck is this? Hey, thank you for the 26 months. Thank you. Appreciate that. You require rivet closure. If I find out what is up with the rivets in that game, if I find out that I was correct and there was a rivet conspiracy about the patterns of the rivets, I will get so much vindication and I will say I told you so. But so far nothing. So far I haven't seen anything, so we'll see. But I still think the rivets are something. I think there's something. They can't be nothing, right? They can't be nothing. What do you mean they updated the switch buttons to be round? On mobile? Or are you on web? They better not be round on web. I don't like that. PC? Oh. Oh no. Are you a tester or does everyone have this if you refresh? They rounded the corners? Corners have always been round for me. Oh, no, I see it. I see it. I see what you mean. It was a full rounding. It's a pill shape now. Ooh. I don't hate it, but I don't like it. Why did it need changing? Why did my portion of my sub money that gets taken away and given to them instead, right? That gets split with them, pay for someone deciding to make the button round? Why does that matter? Yeah, it's a why though change. Exactly. Ugh. UI designers needed work. I don't know. I did the font change? It does look wider. It looks very similar though. Now I'm staring at the chat font. I'm comparing it. I have chat up where I just refresh, and then I have another iteration of chat that is not refreshed, so I'm like looking between them. Yeah, okay, so where it says treasure train incoming, they changed the font, so the second line incoming is unbolded. It's a different font entirely. It's a very similar font though, but it's unbolded. Interesting. I don't mind them unbolding things and changing it because I was getting tired of every single font on the site being bolded. That's not the problem. It's the shape of the buttons I don't like. Ooh. I don't love that. Oh well. Oh well. Chat font is bigger than the same font. It might be slightly bigger. Yeah, it's a treasure train. Treasure train as a reminder. As a reminder. Treasure trains are 35% off bundles of gifted subs. 35% off, okay? Whenever you see the treasure train, that's what that means. I do believe they were already doing a discount for June as well. So this month is a good time to do those things. Do those sorts of things. Okay? But you do get a discount, so do not forget. Because if you're going to gift something, do it at a time when it's less expensive, please. Please save your money. I appreciate that. Cormine, thank you for the prime. There it is. There it is. Give me your primes. And hey, if you are not subbed and you do sub, you can now get our wonderful Drawn by Minky Pregaman emote. That's right. New emote after hitting 200,000 followers. Pregaman. My gift to you guys. The gift to all of us, really. He's beautiful. Yeah. So full. he's so full of followers. It is art. Minky literally drew it. He's beautiful, man. He's gorgeous. Who's the father? Don't ask. Don't ask. Don't ask at all. I think he's wonderful. I think he's lovely. Why'd you make it rain? Why'd you make it rain on him? You want it as an optional sub badge? No. No. It's an emote. No. It's base. Stop. Stop. Do you know how much art I've seen on the internet of fucking him Proto Man? It doesn't matter if it's his brother, okay? Artists will be artists, okay? I've seen so much of him with Proto Man, him with Zero especially, of him with Colonel, which is a little freaky, but I've seen a lot of art of him with Colonel because people are really obsessed with that. That was from Battle Network 5. Link? That's crazy. Where is it so I can block it? Hey, you know what? You're just gonna have to go to your Google right now, and you're gonna have to search in, like, you know, Mega Man X kernel. And that's just gonna have to be in your history forever if you want to see it. I'm not searching that shit. It's been a long time. You know, if I happen upon it, I happen upon it, but I'm not gonna search for it. I'm good. I could do without that. No thanks. No thanks. It was just... Man. The number of times I had seen a lot of weird shit. Oh, yeah. Mega Man and Guts, man. Oh. Oh, I know. I know. It's terrible. People liked it the way they liked Sonic and Shadow, but, like, it was, like, more niche, which meant it got weirder, usually. Q-Tip, thank you for the $50. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's huge. That's actually crazy. Good without it, but happy exists for those who want it. It's like what happens if you Google sexy Luigi. Okay, there's this one artist who's just been obsessed with drawing sexy Luigi for a long time. And not sexy Luigi like funny. Not funny. Like someone who actually just really likes Luigi and has drawn sexy Luigi fan art for like years. I remember telling, who was it? Was it Haruka? I told someone about this and they were like, no way. And I was like, yo, check out this artist. There's like one person on DeviantArt that just has always drawn sexy Luigi. Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. They improve much? A little bit. A little. Miss Moon Moon, Preg Luigi emote. Oh yeah, Preg Luigi. Yeah, it's just Pregario now. Yep. I do miss it. Now it's in your search history. Do you see it? Do you see it? Or some people are having, who have a singular specific thing they're into. I mean, it's called having a muse. You know, some people, their muse is like a 1700s French woman and they just paint her over and over. Some people, their muse is like that one performer at the Follies, you know, they paint her over and over. For some people, it's sexy Luigi. To each their own. To each their own. Some people like going and painting a certain scene over and over to practice. So they always go down to the water in this one area, this one lake, and just paint whoever's there. Some people draw Sonic. That's, you know, we all have our hobbies. We all have our preferences, man. All right. Enough of that. Let's play a game. I'm gonna go refill my water and take whatever is left of any of this snack and put it downstairs. Thank you so much for the bits. Yeah, treasure train is still going. Thank you. On that note, I'm gonna go refill my water. Okay, give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. I will be right back. While I'm away, I want you.
Heart, lungs, nipples big. Heart, lungs, nipples big.
You know what? Do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. Anyway, treasure train. Thank you. Is there a song playing? I can't see it. I can't see the alert thingies. I can't hear because I don't have the thing on. Now I can hear. Okay, there's no song playing. Well, there's BGM, but you know. I have watermelon now. Trying to make sure I get through this watermelon without it going bad or anything. And when you're like one person trying to eat an entire watermelon, you have to eat a lot. Yeah, eat a lot of watermelon. It's a lot of watermelon. Oh, Baja messaging. I was just about to send her a DM, be like, this is me bumping my DMs to remember. We gotta get Baja a VTuber model. We gotta get her on the train, man. We gotta do it. We're gonna make it happen. I'm trying to VTuberify all my friends. I think it works well for a lot of people that roleplay. Especially because like when you play a character in-game and then you have a face cam on, sometimes people take everything that you say because they can see your human face saying it. And they take stuff that people say as their character as like them saying it. But then when you use like a VTuber model, they're able to separate like the idea that you are acting as the character you're playing in game and like those are not your words. They're able to separate it more when they don't see like your human face on the screen, you know? So I feel like VTubing is a really good medium for people that do anything on stream where they play characters, even like D&D stuff, right? Using like a PNG instead of your camera. A lot of people do that. Some people have considered, I don't know if they've really gone through with it much, but some people have considered like getting like a model or like a little PNG, a set of animated PNGs and things, you know? So it's something to think about. I think it's good for anyone who does any kind of content where like it's more about improv or playing a character than just them, the person playing games so much, you know? Saw Nostro posted some designs he'd made not too long ago. Yeah. It's really funny to see Nostro interact with like Zen and like that friend group a lot because Nostro's like my friend first from RP, you know what I mean? And then being able to like introduce him to a lot of VTubers, like bring him into it has been really nice. That's what I want to do. I just want to cross the beams between people that I know and you know, because people get so caught up in their bubbles, and I'm the type to go into other bubbles like very actively, and I just do that. So I'm trying to like get friends to crash into each other a little bit, and it's worked out well. Haruka had like the time of her life when we played Dale and Dawson's with a bunch of my my RP friends, and I brought her in, and she was like, "Wow, these people actually get how to be in character." I was like, yeah, I think you'd like these people, you know? So I'm just trying to like put people in scenarios where I think they'd have fun. You know? It was funny. She was like, wow, they really get improv. I was like, yeah, they do improv all day as their job. Like, I was like, this, all they do is improv, actually. Like, she like knew it in her brain, but, you know, it doesn't hit until you, like, sit around with people and you do that for 8 hours and you're like, oh, wow. Oh, they do, you know? It was funny. She loves improv so much. I know. That's why when I did the Rune Factory thing, originally, that was just a sponsorship for me playing the game. And then I pitched the idea of bringing her on, doing an improv bit, and then playing the game, you know? And they were down. So I want to do more stuff like that. There we go. I'm just typing back to Baja so I don't forget. We're gonna turn her into a VTuber. I'm gonna turn them all into VTubers. Twinkles the Clown is a VTuber. He's got a little VTuber model that looks like his clown. we have a lot. Garrick is getting a model. He does a lot of variety though. He's not purely an RP streamer. He like bounces between them. He'll do arcs. There are a few. Miss Star, who plays Cora from ADMC, she's a VTuber. I can't remember her name. The person that plays Aiko is also a VTuber. There are quite a few. There are quite a few. Ash is like one of the oldest VTubers, and she's always been a role player, but she was one of like the earlier people with a VTuber model on the site. A Baymeep, Oshira. Oshira is a Sugar, SHUGR, Sugar. There's a lot of them. So, because a lot of them don't want a face cam, or they like the thing I said earlier. They feel like it affects like the content a little bit. So, wasn't Ash like briefly the biggest VTuber? Ash was like I said, she's one of like the old guard. Yeah. Oh yeah, Batty who plays Leah, who's in our crew. Dima. There are a lot, and there are more people who are interested in it. Even Tony has the little Frogbert model. He's got the little Frogbert. Yeah, Ashy. Yeah. All the VTubers should make a gang in 5.0. Roleplay as isekai protagonists. Oh, I would love it. You know what my ideal is, which I know no one will ever do, but I want. My ideal is to get a bunch of people who want to like start up a crew together, except we treat it like raid, like raiding in WoW. Say, guys, we're all gonna get on these days, these times, and we pick 2 days a week, 3 days a week maximum. Maybe when it's popping, we play a lot, but like, you know, you slow down so that you're just doing like 2 days a week, and we all hop on for like 4 hours starting at X time, right? And then any other time is optional and no one bothers anyone for not logging in. That is my dream. That's my dream. So everyone comes together for like this stuff, but you're not playing it 24/7 for the whole week. So you get a lot of other stuff in, you know, you get a lot of other variety in. That is my dream scenario. I don't think I can convince an entire crew of people to want to do it like that, but if I could get like the variety streamers to do that, you know, it's not common RP. No, variety streamers hop on the server whenever it's like suddenly popping, like there's a new release, and then they do that for like 3 months, and then most of them are gone by then. And then all the people that are left actively playing are people that do nothing but that and play that every day. So those are the people that I play with at this point, and I try to be present, but it's hard to do everything I want to do if I'm not like on every day, because you'll do something with someone, you'll hang out with them for 3 hours, and they'll be like, all right, let's do this thing tomorrow, and I'm like, I'm not here tomorrow because I'm not here every day at the same time all the time, you know. like they forget that not everyone like lives there, you know. But yeah, that's my ideal. Just treat it like raid, and then there's more space to think, to breathe, to come up with funny ideas, you know. I think it'd be fun. Only variety streamers agree to that. I know. I know. Oh well. Anyway, let's open Mario Kart. Do you guys want a viewer lobby? or should I just do normal online play? How many people are here and have it and want to play? If you have Mario Kart World, the new one, because you have a Switch too. Get my Joy-Cons. Ugh. Okay, got him. DeCartler, exactly. Oh, there we go. Okay. BGM off. We're at 2 billion. Thank you. 2 bajillion gigoids. You're down? Okay. Let me go here.